like these guys. They are funny guys.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
Look at you. You can't even turn around in that thing.
Look at this.
Funny, it's funny, you know, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how? I mean, what's funny about it?
You're right.
Funny how? What?
Just, you know, you're funny.
You mean,
So?
let me understand this, because maybe it's me, I'm a little maybe. But I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh.
To nuke the entire site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Well, hello everyone.
Oh.
Happy Monday. We have an enlarged penis on the I mean Copa on the stream. And
I prefer engorged.
okay, engorged. Sorry. I'm sorry. We're a bunch of immature children. Anyway.
30 seconds in. Not even 30 seconds.
Nope, we're canceled.
No, we're done. There goes the monetization portion. Thank you for joining Mischief Mayhem movie episode number 5. Second week with Vex Electronica, and too many episodes with Copa. And I don't know where White Bear went. He disappeared. Apparently, his computer committed suicide. So
okay,
we'll get him back here shortly.
Oh, no more.
Anyway, how's everybody doing?
I'm delicious. How are you?
I'm just peachy and wonderful. Vex looks happy to be here.
Yeah.
I can't get the engorged comment out of my head. I'm still sorry.
No,
Now, just every time I
That's
look
not
at
my
the
fault.
screen, just
Yeah. Well, we'd introduce White Bear, but obviously he's too busy sucking down white substances through his nose. So we'll get him back eventually. But anyway, so yeah, we have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about today. This wonderful young lady here in the show took some awesome notes over the weekend, so we have a lot of stuff to go through. And then we're also going to do a review analysis of the movie Gremlins, because that's how old I am. I remember when that movie first came out, saw it as a kid. Thank you very much for aging me. I appreciate it. I mean, it's true. It's ridiculous how old I am.
It's been a while since I watched it. Watched it last night. It was incredible. It's like going
I have
back
zero
in the...
desire to rewatch it. Zero desire.
Just look at her. Oh, wait,
I
hold
kept
on. We
thinking-
got him back.
There he is.
Nice, there he is.
And there's no white
Internet.
stuff around
Listen.
his nose.
We're going to have an intervention because this is bullshit.
Yeah, man.
Just ditching the show for your substance abuse problems is not fun.
I lost internet connection.
Right. That's what I say too.
Mhm.
When I go to rehab.
I'm not even going to start. Let's get on with the show, please.
All right.
Okay. All right. So there's a lot of stuff that came out about Warner Brothers, rumors, interesting tweets, potential updates. So the first one we're going to start off with, obviously everybody knows about James Gunn taking over for DC Studios, and there's a lot of rumors that were flying around this past weekend. Wow, there was a lot of texting and messaging going back between all four of us about all the stuff that was coming out. So we'll tie this all in to from one story to the next.
Yeah.
But the one that we were most interested in to start off with was here. I'm going to bring this up. This actually pissed a lot of people off, and I think I even talked to Vex about this initially, as to how people were upset about this initial news that the Man of Steel will not be getting a sequel. Now there was an interesting tweet that went out over the weekend. I don't know if you guys saw this. Or maybe you did. Maybe it was one of you who actually brought it up about James Gunn. Somebody was tweeting about James Gunn hated Henry Cavill and didn't want him back. And then James Gunn was like, that's bullshit. That's not true. His thing is Superman, basically, he said, is his number one priority, of course. So then this news came out just before that, but Man of Steel is not getting a sequel, and that Henry Cavill himself might not even be coming back as Superman. Who the hell knows if this is all true or not? But who wants to start with this? Like, what else do we really know about this? What do we think about this? How do we feel about the possibility of Cavill being tossed out again and no Man of Steel sequel? Do we even care, or is this just time to move on from this and just move ahead?
Well, I think he's going to be back. Like, there's almost zero chance he's not going to come back. I think what's going to happen is that the Man of Steel 2 is not canceled. It's just a soft reboot. That's my personal opinion. I don't think this. I think the news that it's canceled is just wildly blown out of proportion. What happened was, from what I've read, is that the Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight was hired to write a treatment for Man of Steel, but it didn't really thrill the Warner executives. So then they're saying, the series is stalled until probably they get a treatment that they like. And really what's going to happen, what I'm thinking they're doing is they're trying to slowly walk back the Snyderverse without pissing the Snyder fans off and confusing the fans who's already watched, Man of Steel all the way down to, I don't know, Wonder Woman 1984. But I think they're trying to slowly walk all that back.
I agree. I think it would be a mistake for them to get rid of Henry Cavill, period, because even if you don't like the DC universe or anything, he was perfect casting for that role. Absolutely. So it would be a significant loss for them if they decide to cut him. But yeah, I think they're just trying to find a way to keep the talent that is working with audiences without having to dive back into the Snyderverse. So personally, I don't think that Man of Steel sequel is canceled. I think it's just being reworked more than anything. Because also recall that James Gunn came to Twitter after this whole leak and said, hey, some of it's true, some of it's partially true, some of it's a flat out lie. You'll find out soon. So to keep in the back of your mind.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
go ahead, sorry.
Well, with Cavill leaving The Witcher, I highly doubt he left The Witcher on a whim that he might be playing Superman again or hoping he's going to play Superman again. The Witcher was a steady paycheck for him. So I'm pretty sure he knows. Too. Yeah. So I'm sure he knows what's coming around the corner, and he's locked in as Superman. I don't think you're going to see Henry Cavill go anywhere.
Yeah.
I agree, and I think everybody here really knows. I mean, the guy. I feel bad for Henry Cavill. The poor guy really, I think Nerdrotic brought this up the other day, and I really didn't think about this until he said it. So Henry Cavill should have been the biggest movie star in the world after Superman. And he's really just been this poor guy. And he's made some, he's been in Mission Impossible movie and that was really popular and all, but he really should have exploded after Superman or Man of Steel, but they did him wrong. I personally, yes, I do agree with you both. I think he's definitely coming back. He's not going to just leave. And he left The Witcher abruptly, too. It wasn't like initially the plan was, from what I heard, he was going to wait until the show was coming out and then take off. But he said, hell no, I'm getting the hell away from these people, thank God. And then I am going to jump into DC. I agree. I think he's the perfect Superman for this genre, or for this generation. And he's just been done wrong. I mean, Zack Snyder did him no favors with Man of Steel. We've talked about this. The movie was a mess. Batman vs. Superman wasn't any better.
Snyderverse is a mess.
The Justice League movie was whatever it was. Even the original Justice League movie was terrible. The reboot. So was
the second one.
It was better.
I feel like the first one, the Justice League, was hot diarrhea, and then Zack Snyder came back and said, "No, dude, like this," and then he made it just a regular poo-poo.
It was better. It was much better than the original movie. It's not great, but on its own two legs, I feel like on its own two legs, it's still not a good movie. Well, it had to take him 4 hours to flesh the story together, and
right, it should have been.
It's Zach's. Well, yeah, that's one of the things me and Vex talked about. How she hasn't watched it, and it's hard for people to sit and watch a 4-hour movie where your expectation is like this is going to suck. I told her that they did break it up in parts, and initially it was supposed to be a 6-part miniseries, but they decided no, let's put it out a 4-hour movie. Whatever, it is what it is. But moving forward, yes, I do believe he is going to be back, and supposedly he's in the Flash movie that's coming out, Flashpoint movie, with 18 different Batmans apparently, and all these different characters. So,
Wow.
yeah, there's a lot of rumors going on about that. From what I understand and what I've heard already from other streams is that it is going to be Michael Keaton coming back as Batfleck, and there's another Batman that they haven't mentioned. It's not Pattinson. It's supposed to be a surprise. And I'm like, I don't know who else it could be.
Clooney.
So maybe.
Are they going to pull like a Spider-Man and have all of the Batman come together in one?
It's
universe?
it's a Flashpoint. So go ahead.
Go
ahead.
It's going to be Val Kilmer.
Oh, please don't be Val Kilmer.
I'm
Hi. Look, Left Eye Egos.
Stop.
Poor Left Eye liked the Snyder cut.
I would love to debate Left Eye on that.
I kind of agree with you, Left Eye. It's not bad. It's tolerable.
It's
Listen.
It's hot trash.
Thank you.
It's baby's diarrhea. That's what the
Exactly.
Snyderverse is.
Baby cockapoop. Okay, listen, we're getting
a
little too much with the feces. God damn it.
Back to the what were you saying right before this though with the Batman? Remember that Christian Bale said that he would be happy to do a 4th Batman if Nolan were on board.
It was confirmed that he will not be coming back.
Oh,
which I would have loved.
that's just sad. That's just sad.
And it's not going to be Pattinson because that's not going to work. So
it's Val Kilmer.
How could I mean?
Isn't Val Kilmer having some serious health issues though right now? Isn't he step away from acting?
He had like half his throat cut out.
That's his horrible joke. Is that it's just
don't explain the joke. Let it.
He's an insensitive piece of.
He'll be the ableist Batman. There we go. Because everyone's got to have a disability now, right?
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you guys
perfect
got
for
me.
this generation. Well, duh. Yeah. That's we bring you on to make you feel good about yourself, Wiper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is interesting, and I don't know. I like Henry Cavill a lot. I think he did the best he could with the crap that he had to deal with in Man of Steel. And actually, I was just talking about that yesterday to somebody else, and how I think I've made a handful of people actually like that movie. I did not like that movie. I did not like that. I was really excited for they did a great job with the trailers for the beginning before it came out. They hyped it up pretty well, and then when it came out, man, I'm sitting in the movie theater just going, "You got to be kidding me!"
Well, you know what people want? They want a joyful, action-packed Superman, not some dark, depressing.
Well, that tells me that Nolan had a lot more input than Snyder did as far as the story goes.
I don't know. Yeah. People are kind of split on that. I mean, some people like the serious investigator, blah blah blah, and mixing something of the very very old comics that a lot of them have never even heard of or looked at. With, I don't know how campy you want to get with some audiences. I don't know if it would make it nowadays.
I really think that people see Superman as the hopeful figure. I don't need a brooding Superman.
No, I think people want more of the Donner, but like,
not
sort of like
corny
today's humor, but
right,
updated CGI. And
now Batman being brooding and dark, that makes sense. That's his.
That's all I meant about Batman. About Batman, but
Man of Steel was too much like trying to be like too much like Batman Begins, and with a much worse storyline. It was just too much, too convoluted. The flashbacks were annoying. I don't know. I didn't give a shit. Like Vex even said, I didn't care about Lois Lane. It was messy. It was just a mess.
It was really messy. It was just a snip together movie. You could see too, because I rewatched it a few weeks ago, and you could tell that there were scenes that had been kind of thought out better, but they had, it ended up on the cutting room floor because the execs were like, no, we need to look like Marvel at this point. We're behind in the game.
Yes.
So I really believe there is a far better cut of Man of Steel somewhere. We just never got to see it, and it's a shame.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. There's just too much back and forth. They didn't establish it well. You're right. It was a mess, and it was sloppy, and The best thing of the movie was a freaking Hans Zimmer score. I mean, the theme of the movie was fantastic, but that's just Hans Zimmer. The fight, it was just the ending just turned into this bombastic fight scene, which I understand. He was trying to say he was trying to show the full power of these aliens and all that. That's great, but it's not a. And then the way they kill the Zod's killing people, it's like you got to kill Zod at the end. It's like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Yeah, but
you know,
with that last fight scene, I think everybody by that point was over the destruction porn, and like cities just getting
that too
totally annihilated. Yeah. And you have your hero who's also part of this destruction. He's trying to save Metropolis, and he's flying through buildings and blowing through walls
too much.
And through skies.
Yeah.
It was too much. It was way too much.
It was way too much. It was overkill.
Bring it back to Donner. The tone that Donner brought with some updated humor, updated CGI. Lighten up the tone, and people are going to bite. You're going to have a problem finding.
Well, that's who directs a Superman movie going forward. Like, who's the guy who you see is like, this is the guy.
I don't know. Just like movie stars, directors are kind of out of being the rock star names. So who's lighthearted these days? It's all kind of nihilistic.
Yeah, it is.
You think? Anybody have any ideas of who? James Cameron. I'm just kidding. Avatar. We'll get 17 sequels with no substance and just garbage CGI. I don't know. I'm interested. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think who. I don't know because
it's hard.
Because the tone of everything is nihilistic and depressing, and why does anything matter anymore is usually the theme of most of modern entertainment.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. It's tough. It's tough. I can't really think of one. I'm very interested to see where, because I'm curious, really curious. And then of DC God. So DC is not having a good week as far as rooms, and I actually kind of believe this one. So Woman 3 basically, now if you remember, is it Godot? Is that it? Godot?
Godot, yeah.
Godot.
Okay. So Godot, she had that came out right the day before James Gunn made this, whatever. There was an announcement. So she put out this weird tweet. She, it was how many years ago where she was picked to play Wonder Woman, and she can't wait to see where the future goes for the character. It was very weird because people were like, "Why is she tweeting about this?" And then the rumors came out the very next month. Kind of know why. So Wonder Woman, that is DC studio head James Gunn, new direction. So Patty Jenkins was greenlit after Wonder Woman 1984. Why, I don't know. It wasn't moving forward. He's done with this movie. He said, from what I understood, you can direct it, but you cannot write the story for this movie. And Patty Jenkins got pissed off and said, no, this is my story, my baby. And from what I hear, in a nice kind of roundabout way, they were like, yeah, but you don't know what you're doing. 1984 was an absolute mess. We're looking for this direction for the DC universe going forward. So you could direct your third movie, but we're writing it. And she went in had a hissy fit, stormed off, and goes, "Nope, I'm done." And here we are. So no Wonder Woman 3. Moment. She had a woman moment.
No, she had a big woman moment, because from what I understand is that the executives came and said, "Your treatment is not good. We want you to go back and rewrite it for us."
Yeah.
And she, instead of being collaborative, she told him no. She stomped her foot and said no, and this is the treatment you're going to get.
This is fucking funny.
Which I don't know. Didn't make a sandwich in it.
Thank you, honey.
Damn feminism. See what it does to you women? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just like, I even wrote it in the notes, like dash dumb bitch. Like, how
I was just looking at that. I was like, did they really do that bad on the budget? And then I saw the dumb bitch.
Yeah. I was like, that's $1 million opportunity for it. Just rewrite the fucking movie. Your name will still be all over it.
They didn't ask her, hey, can you please go fuck off now? They said, hey, can you revamp the story? Because your last one bombed.
And then
and she
can I read out Can I read out the email that she sent as
Please,
well?
please do.
Yeah,
Please,
please
do,
do.
Vex.
So-
That's
Only
why
if
you're
you
here.
include the Wikipedia link at the end.
Mhm.
People
So-
like to hear you talk, so go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, this is your opportunity now, everyone watching.
ASMR voice.
So allegedly, the script had already underwent some rewrites last month before this whole James Gunn thing happened. And then in a leaked email, Jenkins remarked, quote, Chris is so hot. I mean, you can't tell Wonder Woman's story without her smoking boyfriend. I mean, it's a natural conclusion to this trilogy. And then they would have left second time revived Steve Trevor with some group of superheroes. Like I couldn't remember the name, but it was like the DC equivalent of the X-Men, essentially, or X-Force.
Well, that just sounds like sexism, and
that's what I'm
sounds-
talking about.
Do you think it was
expletive.
leaked or was it leaked? You know,
Who knows? Who knows who the
knows?
source for all of this is? But I wouldn't put it past because that doesn't no one is denying too that Steve Trevor was gonna come back for the second time. Did he die in 1984? I didn't bother watching.
No, he died in
I
the
never,
first one.
I never
He
watched.
He
in
died
the
in the
first
first one,
one.
but they brought him back in the second one.
Right.
yeah, and then it's basically
I
like,
think he
gotta
dies
let you
again in the
go.
second one.
Yeah, after she has sex with the person that he took control of their body that she placed in,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
so she raped a guy.
Which is okay.
There's
Because
been
she's
worse
female.
rapes out there. I'm just saying.
So that's what
grumpy old
Patty
vaping
Jenkins
dude.
was standing strong on, eh? I'm not gonna rewrite my movie, but I'm gonna stand by raping men. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
She's such trash.
What a dumb
Wasn't
bitch,
she making?
basically.
Wasn't she?
Power
Didn't she
move.
just? Didn't she just get knocked off from doing no, not killed, but I mean like knocked off of Star Wars thing that she was doing for Disney too?
Yeah, she was supposed to do Rogue Squadron, but they
Rogue
canceled that shit
Squadron.
on her too.
Oh, good. She's
And-
got a good track record.
And that's from Kathleen Kennedy, who said the Force is female, and she
is
said
female.
cancel the bitch.
Wait, don't you feel empowered, Vex, that the Force is female?
I don't give a flying fuck about Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know what? I have the same reaction as Emily Blunt does with scripts when she sees strong, empowered female lead.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I see anything tout that, I do the same thing. I'm just like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Right.
If you have to tell me so bluntly
Right.
that you have a strong, empowered female lead, then you've done a trash job at writing a character.
There is no character. It's just a hot.
There
It's
is no
just,
Well,
character.
no. It's
Oh,
just
you're
a vessel
100%
for
right.
someone to act in. That's all it
And then here's her tweet. Here's Gal Gadot's tweet that came the December 6th. I think December 7th. Yeah, the next day. There was
I'm
rumors hit.
really glad that Wonder Woman's getting canned. Even that first movie, it was the same thing as oh gosh, it felt a little bit like Man of Steel in the same way that we got parts of a movie that was clearly better fleshed out, and we're never going to be able to see that. It was also all over the place in terms of pacing. I don't think Gal Gadot was a good fit for Wonder Woman at all. That's just me.
Mhm.
I think they could have done much better on the casting there. I didn't
I
care
think-
for that movie at all.
I think Wonder Woman is a very mid movie. Very
Yeah.
mid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like 5 or 6 out of 10.
and that's I think why it did so well is because it was just another popcorn movie, and it was something for people to see at the time, and it kind of helped it do okay. Yeah, but it didn't change the dynamics of life.
No.
But I did
Yeah.
like the Wonder Woman theme. I thought she had a good theme.
Oh well,
give
her
well,
that.
it's my boy. It's my boy Hans Zimmer again.
There we go. She had a
Damn
stellar
it.
theme.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Vex is like she's got an amazing theme, but that's about where it ends.
Amazing theme.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when Batman finally sees, realizes.
Oh,
that
the
this
picture.
is a person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Patty Jenkins thing, she's proven that Warner Brothers made the right decision. Because at the end of her email, she was telling the 2 co-chairmen of Warner Brother Pictures that that they don't know anything about character or character arc or the story that she's writing. And at the very end of her email, she tacked on a Wikipedia article for character arcs.
Mhm.
And this chick is just looking to get canned. That's pretty much what it was. I don't think she doesn't deserve another picture. She deserves like a short film somewhere in Canada or something.
Doesn't look like she's in another film. So I mean, it's pretty much it's interesting stuff here because she got herself here. I mean, you're right. It's just like such a baby move. It's like just rewrite the script or just direct the movie. You got two options here. She storms off. No, I'm done. Well, okay. Well, what do you think is going to happen?
Such a chick move.
Damn women.
Get told no once and just runs away.
That's like I could maybe understand her walking out on that if the last movie had done well, but it lost the studio money. So you have no reason to not take an offer to rewrite.
Don't y'all listen to the message?
Yeah. Well, it's like you're only good as your last picture. And your last picture bombed.
100%. Yeah.
I like Lambency's comment there.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Well, we didn't know. You didn't know that Jennifer Lawrence wrote the script for every movie ever, right? Beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
There's never been action.
She's the reason Wonder Woman as a character exists.
There's never been. Kathleen Kennedy started her career.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Lawrence is the first female. Did you know that?
Just period. Yeah.
Just done. Yeah.
Yeah. Adam actually came from her rib.
Yeah.
It's like, that fucking bitch.
You stupid. Hey, by the way, smash that button. Smash it good.
Kindly smash that like button.
Highly.
Yes. Yeah.
Kindly.
Maybe if Vex, maybe if Vex says it, maybe it'll. Because when I say it, work. I don't know.
Yeah, when you say it, I unsmash it. I put it back together.
Yeah, you're not the first person to unsmash when I talk. Hey. Oh, like Jesus.
Okay, Black Adam. Right?
Anyway,
we're going to talk about Black Adam.
Moving on. So that moves on to the next DC bunch of news is Black Adam. So there was the report, I think we showed it last time, where Black Adam basically was going to lose money. And then Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had a nice tweet that he had told him to tweet out, basically saying, no, it profited, what did it profited? 52 to 72 million, I think, in the tweet.
Yeah,
and then
he just had to get the okay from his, backers or bankers or whatever that he said.
The day after all the financials come out, now it's okay for me to tweet this.
Yeah, it's okay for me to tweet it now.
Yeah,
because I got the okay.
Such a beta cuck. My God,
dude, I just can't.
I thought this was your movie, Rock.
Yeah,
he ran around saying, "This is my movie. I'm okaying this and I'm okaying that."
It had mixed critical reception. Mixed critical. It was garbage, absolute garbage. And then it was I got a little bit of crap for knocking him off initially. Well, Mrs. Connolly said we actually had a stream about this. I was like, why though? It's my opinion. It's just my opinion. It's our opinion. The movie was bad. I can't explain. You never watch a movie and within 5 minutes you're like, okay, I'm going to this movie. And that feeling just sticks with you throughout the whole movie, and you're checking your phone every 5 minutes, and you're like, I'm bored. How do you get bored in a movie? Even the action scenes were boring because the editing was terrible. Acting was terrible. He's one-dimensional, very stiff. Guy can't act. And I remember when Grace Randolph's like, oh man, he put 1,000% into it. I'm like, what are you watching? Like, no, Grace. She's terrible.
This proves to me that Dwayne Johnson isn't the movie star they are telling us he is.
Right.
Because Black Adam, I never heard of as a comic book character. I'm a comic book normie.
Neither.
I've never heard of this character in my life. And then he's attached to it, and he should have put asses in the seats if he's the movie star everybody says he is. And since he didn't get asses in seats, this tells me he's not the movie star. It's just Tom Cruise out there cruising. Yeah. He's the only one who could put asses in seats. He could get people to buy tickets. Dwayne Johnson can't. Dwayne Johnson's movies, his star-driven movies, the ones that have no franchise backing to it, like Skyscraper, San Andreas, Rampage, those all did mediocre numbers. Those weren't like box office smash hits. Unlike Fast Five.
People
Or
just tired of
Jumanji.
I got tired of his movies. I liked his earlier stuff. I thought they were better. He
And
wasn't
his
as popular.
rewatchability factor is just so dismal. I can only think
Yeah.
of one movie where I want to rewatch it, and that's The Rundown. And that was
Oh,
one
I
of his
liked
real-
the rundown.
Yeah, it was
But
really
that's
good.
because it was just that's where he actually fit into everything else.
Yeah,
right?
that's his
'Cause
style.
The Rock,
Yeah.
The Rock
Right.
is who's the other actor that just plays the same character in every movie?
Oh,
There's a few of
Stifler.
them.
It's the
Sean William Scott.
No,
Sean
no,
William
not
Scott. That's it.
not Sean
No,
William
is it?
Scott. It's someone else
In that movie? In that movie, Vex?
in that movie. Yes, in that one
Christopher Walken?
franchise. No.
In what franchise?
Talking about the rundown, right?
He's like, Jack Black. There we go. Jack Black just plays Jack Black in every movie.
Oh yeah.
The
yeah.
Rock
Oh,
just
okay,
plays
okay,
The
okay.
Rock in every movie. That's
Right,
it.
right. They can't not be themselves in that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
There we
can't
go.
picture them actually not being the character, like lose themselves in the character. It's all
But has
There you
Christopher
go.
Walken ever played anybody different other than kind of a creepy stoic guy?
Other than Deer Hunter?
he was great.
I mean,
Deer
he was
Hunter.
still
the Prophecy. I mean, he was good in that. And there was a
Nah,
lot.
he
Yeah,
was
but
Chris
he was
Walken
still
in that.
creepy. He was still Christopher Walken. He wakes
Well, it's his
up like
it's his
that.
voice. It's just his voice.
It's
his
just
I think
cadence.
that's
the
his
way-
voice.
It's his cadence. He puts commas in weird spots.
The way
Yeah.
he talks.
and
It's,
enunciates. Yeah, you know.
Wow.
Imagine him as Batman. I'm
That would be
Batman.
phenomenal.
surprise. Alfred. Alfred, you're doing it all
Batman.
wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Put on the tights.
But he can't be
I
Batman
am-
because he played Max
Oh.
Shrek in the.
He could play Alfred. He
Returns.
could be He could be an Alfred.
You're going to confuse the normies even more. That Max from Batman Returns is going to come back as Alfred.
Oh my god. I don't know. I want to see Christopher Walken in a superhero movie. That's all
Oh,
I'm
hey,
saying.
quick note. The first 3 Spider-Man movies and all that. Did you notice how terrible and how much they tried to make Harry Osborn's butler somebody important, but it just couldn't be. His name was Bernard.
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, and part 1, 2,
Yeah.
and 3. Yeah, he was there in part 1. He was kind of there in part 2.
Then 3 they try to make him have
part,
this
part
big
3 he comes, he goes like,
Yeah.
your father, he was, a man with demons, blah blah blah. But I mean, he had it was the worst butler father figure that could have ever have been in a movie. It was so terrible.
Well, in
know if somebody was
the movie's
overshot.
defense, but I don't think many things in Spider-Man 3 were redeeming in any positive way.
Yeah, I mean, it
Except
had
Bryce
its part.
Dallas Howard. She was not bad.
Yeah,
Not for
and
movie
she had like no
purposes.
character development. There was
No. Well, I wasn't watching for her character development, but I'm just saying.
gotcha.
But no, it was and there was a whole controversy the other day about Mary Jane. Kirsten Dunst people hate her as Mary Jane. A large majority of people don't like her as Mary Jane. I was surprised to actually see that.
I don't like
never
her
heard
as
of her.
Mary Jane Watson either. In all
I don't
honesty.
either.
I
I'm
didn't
kinda
like
tired
her.
of
I liked her look. I didn't like her acting.
She's not
That's
a good
Kristen
actress.
Dunst.
That's why I
No,
don't like
she's-
her.
Terrible
That's another
actress.
one-dimensional actress. She can only play
100%.
Kirsten.
And the way that she delivered her lines, it was like they were trying so hard, like,
Yeah.
go get him, Tiger.
Go get him, Tiger.
It was terrible. Okay, I'm
Stop
sorry.
it.
I'm going into a different universe here, so
It
Well,
doesn't
we know
matter.
you're in a for you. It's all that stuff you put up your nose. That's what makes you go into another universe.
It's the big come
Just
down
saying.
for Whitey Bear.
it's a costly universe.
It's expensive. Wait, what is this? What is Weird World talking about? Quagmire singing Barry Manilow to Copa. Oh, Copa. Actually, Lambency came up with that. Copa Catania
Yeah.
Is what?
That was pretty fun. That's your song. It's not Copacabana. It's Copa Catania. See, get it?
No, someone else came up with that song. That's how I got my name.
That's how you got your name. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
someone came up. I was crowdsourcing for names, and someone out of the blue it wasn't even a choice. Started singing Copa Catania, and I went, "What?" And that's how I got my name.
It rolls off the tongue nicely. I will give it that. So it's a solid name.
I always roll
Yeah.
nicely off the tongue.
Okay.
Wow.
You know what? I set that one up. I take responsibility
did.
for that one.
You did. God damn it, Vex. Come on. That was pretty funny though. Yeah, so
Oh, Black
according to
Adam.
this- Black Adam made 387 million globally in 7 weeks since release. That's not great. And did that open in China?
I'm not sure,
Probably.
actually.
I actually don't remember. Could you check
Dude,
that?
The
I don't
Rock-
even know.
Yeah.
The Rock is beholden to China, so
Yeah, we
Probably.
know. Okay, so it costs 195 million to produce with 100 million on top of the market. Jesus. So, of course, this is the problem. Warner Brothers insiders challenged the claim of the total amount that was made to make the movie and advertise the movie. Of course, COVID, box office limitations, blah 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 blah. So it needs to make 600 million before you even have a chance to make a profit. Okay,
It didn't release in
see.
China at all.
but did
No, yeah.
okay. Wow, what is
No.
okay. Well, that
I think it's because the
Definitely.
name was Black Adam. That's probably why.
they're
Yeah.
they don't they're just
yeah.
communists.
And they just get away with it. They're straight up about it, and no big company says anything. So
No, of course not.
They made what was that one character in Star Wars? I can't remember his name. Oh, Finn.
Yeah,
They made that
John
Finn,
Boyega.
Finn.
Yeah.
John
They
Boyega.
shrank him for the
they
Chinese
shrunk
poster.
him into the little corner there, and also changed the hue or to make him like blue.
Yeah,
Could
blue.
you,
Yeah.
could you Vex? Could you please talk to your boy Lambency in the chat? He's saying that you don't respond to him anymore. You only respond to me. It's like, well,
I'm not logged in on YouTube to like join the chat right
Well,
now. 'cause my
okay, well,
internet
he's
can't
basically-
handle it. That's why.
he's saying Vex doesn't respond to me. She only responds to Cannoli. Oh,
Okay,
Lambency,
I'd like to
come on.
clarify. I never responded to him in the first place because I am the talent. The talent
That is very
doesn't
true.
listen to
She
anyone.
is the talent. She's the talent here too, but you know,
Diversity talent.
yeah. Oh, you guys,
Diversity
yeah. no,
hire.
you-
There you go.
Mhm.
oh, that's why we did this.
I'm
yeah.
the disability person. She's the diversity.
Mhm.
Wait, sorry. you're
Cope is
over
the
here. There we
cope is the looks. Is that what we're going with? And I'm
go. Look at him. He turned.
he's like, yep.
Ew.
So, let's see. A premium video on demand sales on home release that's only going to bring in an extra 25 to 35 million. And then this is where he said December 7th. Rock said, waiting to confirm with the financiers before I share this, but movie's going to profit 52 to 72 million.
But
Bullshit.
sources, though,
That's not a flex,
That's
bro.
not
Like,
even
for a-
that.
That's not good. That's not a good. No,
Yeah,
even if it
really.
did profit
It should
50
not be.
million.
But the money that they're
For-
going to get from the streaming services is going straight back to Warner Brothers because they own HBO Max. So he doesn't make a profit. He's going to make a profit of
Yeah.
$2.
Yeah.
He's going to flex on that. Come on,
Yeah.
dude. I got $2 extra, bro. I don't care.
I like
He's-
Derpy 501's 501st said, me being a DC fan that's sick of cash grabs, that's everything today. Instead of having a legit story, there was no story. I don't think I'll ever see Black Adam after it's only being made because of a big name. Dude, the movie was a travesty. And I say it, I don't say that lightly. I usually don't destroy movies that harshly. But I'm starting not to give a shit anymore, because if they're gonna put crap on the screen like that, then they're gonna. I'm sorry. That's why I have this channel, because I want people like us to give it the. You try to be fair. I was trying to find any redeeming quality in that movie. Nothing. It was nothing, and people thought I was harsh. Too
Who
harsh.
was the villain in that movie, by the way? Because I have no idea who's in that aside from The Rock.
It was God, this is how bad it was. I don't even remember. It was freaking well, it wasn't anybody worthwhile. I'd actually have to look that up, because I seriously wasn't paying attention half the time.
Okay, well, let me check IMDb for that.
I know that hold on. The kid in the movie was the sidekick, was obnoxious. So, it was hold on. I have it right here. I don't have it right here. I thought I had it right here.
Aldous Hodge. Pierce Brosnan was in this. What?
Pierce Brosnan as Doctor. God, what the hell was this? God, I had it.
Dr. Fate, is what it says.
He was fantastic. He was fantastic. We got none of him though. Then they had the Justice Society in there, and they didn't introduce any of these characters. They just threw them into the story, and it was terrible.
Is Black Adam supposed to be a Shazam villain though?
Yes.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Shazam
And Superman.
So they made him an anti-hero then in this movie?
He's just
They
misunderstood.
changed his whole backstory. Yes, to make him very empathetic.
Okay, so now my question is then, because I haven't seen this, I have no interest in
Don't.
seeing this movie, right? But I saw Shazam again, also
Yeah.
a mid movie.
Okay.
How does this tie in now with Shazam?
It doesn't
if
at
they
all. They
rewritten
don't.
his
They don't even. If they want to continue it on, I guess there's ways they can. They didn't even mention Shazam in this movie once. He's not even alive in this universe apparently. So and then they brought in Superman at the end credit scene just to have a big, the idea of this big mashup of freaking villains and heroes in the next movie. It could tie in if they actually. Well, this is the problem. If they had competent writing and normal people writing this shit, you could have easily tied in Shazam. You could have had both Shazam and Superman at the end of the freaking credits.
Okay, let's see who the writers were on this movie now. Hold on.
Please. So the villain is Sabak. Am I saying that right? Am I saying that right? Yeah.
Got me, bro.
I don't know. It was it was just so stupid. I don't know.
I probably won't watch this film.
Yeah.
Don't ever. Don't do it
just
justice.
waste that brain space.
You'll spend the $10 to watch it, and The Rock will go, "Oh, we're up to 52 million, $10 now. We're really profiting."
Okay, so the one of the lead writers on Black Adam, right? So the most notable things he's written scripts for before are Rampage, that another Rock movie.
Garbage.
So he's bringing in
Due
his
Date.
own people. I told you.
Oh God.
Due Date with Robert Downey Jr. and that fat guy, and Maid of Honor, that really trashy romance movie.
So
with,
they chose this guy to write a fucking superhero movie.
Yes.
In a major universe that has no idea what the hell he's doing and writes shitty romantic comedies. Cool.
Let's see.
Well, that just tells me Rock brought in his own people that he liked.
He brought in who he wanted to bring in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then another one of these writers had one movie under them, and then like a couple episodes of a show.
Oh, good. Any toothpaste commercials in there? Because that's what it seems like. Like, it's bad. I told you. The main villain in the movie wasn't even in the movie very long. It was just bad. Oh my God, it was so bad.
Oh, never mind. Two of the writers were on the same movie, the
Mauritian or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And The Informer, that TV show.
Oh, good.
So this was just nothing talent all behind.
It was a mashup of garbage.
This is why they pitched The Rock so much, because he was the only thing that they hoped would drive people to the movie theater, and he can't even perform in that sense.
He can't.
Wow.
He can't. He's nowhere near a Schwarzenegger. He will never be a Schwarzenegger.
Is that the comparison that people put him against?
Initially, yes. He was next, like Stallone.
He was the next
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he was the next Stallone, Schwarzenegger.
Not even close.
For the longest time, they wanted him to play Terminator. They wanted him to be the next Terminator. Just make a new Terminator movie with The Rock in the lead.
By the way, we have a villain in the chat. The one and only Joker Voice. Joker Voice, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining the chat.
Joker Voice.
Joker Voice is awesome. He puts out some good, awesome content. So go subscribe to him, chat. And he's got some big stuff coming up here in the new year. So I was chatting with him yesterday. Rock is no leading man. He isn't, and he is. Okay, I've said that a lot about. He's definitely a side character, but
he can't. He's so bad at it that he can't even act like a robot.
I used to say that about Will Ferrell too. Like, I think Will Ferrell's I can't stand him as a main character in a movie, but as a side character, he's so much better. Like in what was the movie Wedding Crashers? He was hilarious because he was in it for 15 minutes. That's it. And then you
Will Ferrell had a string of good movies there.
Mm-hmm. The only movie I could tolerate him in was Step Brothers. It's the only movie I tolerated him in.
What was it movie where
The Other Guys? That's his best movie. The Other Guys. Yeah.
That was okay.
He wasn't the main character. He supported Mark Wahlberg, if anything, in that movie.
Yeah,
right.
And he was married to She.
But I just don't like him.
What?
I don't like that guy. I never liked him. I hate Will Ferrell.
It's like it's going back to the whole Jack Black thing. It's like he can't not be.
It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. Yeah.
He tried a couple dramas, but it didn't work out for him.
There was one he filmed out here, actually. We played an alcoholic. That's about everybody in Phoenix. So that's about right. He didn't have to do much acting. He just follows people around. So this was interesting. And I think The Rock is just talking out of his ass to promote his own movie, of course. And I don't care. I don't know where they're going to go with this. I really hope James Gunn's like, no, we're not doing any more fucking Black Adam movies, please. Unless you're bringing him in eventually as far as part of this Justice League finale, whatever. But I don't know. I don't want to see The Rock for another 10 years. So I'm hoping
I like what Jana said in the chat. She said The Rock is like a theme park version of an actor. It's like going to the Rainforest Cafe for a meal. It's just a spectacle with nothing tasty.
I like that too. That's a good one.
That is good. That is a great analogy. Look at you. She's obviously smarter than you, Copa. So.
Yeah, she tells.
She's actually the writer for your book. It wasn't you.
Oh, dude.
You're her pin
By the
name.
way, just as a quick segue, Copa's book, Why Not Wichita, is freaking hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
I literally now I am a slow reader because I'm just slow. Period. So I only got through the first.
Take my spot.
I only got the first 60. Yeah, well, we could share that. I only got to the first 60 pages so far. It's only 95 pages, I think.
Yeah, about that. Yeah,
it goes fast. It's a fast read because it doesn't go. It's nonstop, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't spoil it for anybody who's gonna read it. I do see the comparisons to other movies easily, where he got his inspiration from and what movie he was pissed off when he walked out of that made him write the book. Yeah. I think you have to read this book. It's on Amazon. It's hilarious. So I know you can shout that out later, but I am like your wife. I want more. I'm almost done with it. And I'm like, I gotta see how this goes because the character's great and Vex, you would love it. Honestly,
I'm waiting till the Christmas break to read it because right now I'm reading The Great Gatsby for a student thing. So
excuse me.
I can only do one
intellectual
book at a time.
over here. God, excuse me.
Can you put that down and read a classic like my book?
But then I have to build a whole literary course off of it. I can't do that.
No.
I mean, you're reading such trash. You want to put it down and read a novella that's worth something.
Who doesn't like The Great Gatsby?
I actually don't. I never liked that book.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Couldn't get on.
Look at her. You just made her cry. Look at her.
I know.
This is my first time reading it, and 3 chapters in, I enjoy it quite a bit.
So yeah, a lot of people do. It's just
the
not
movies.
My cup of tea.
The movies aren't that. Why so?
I never saw the movie.
Have you got to the part where he starts killing people off?
Why are people saying cancel cannoli? What did I do?
I'm kidding. It's not in there. What?
What did I say?
Oh, you know what you said.
What did I say?
You said Copa Catalia's book is good.
No, he said, I want more.
Oh.
I want
like your wife, I want more.
Oh.
Like your wife.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that hasn't ended.
That's quotable. I'm tweeting it right now. Okay.
Sasquatch needs an addiction. Someone hook him on phonics.
I got news for you.
I got news for you.
It means he's gay.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Joker voice.
First...
Fun fact.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence was the first live stream on YouTube. Yes, she created live streaming.
Right.
You're right.
She paved the way for Vex.
That's she did.
Why aren't you thanking her right now? Vex, would you like to thank her right now?
Because she's a white woman. I can't do that. We can't give any more credence to white women.
He said I made a comment about slow people, so I got to be canceled. I forgot what year we're living in. I'm so sorry.
Wait, hold on. Calling someone slow is an insult now? I thought I thought that was a replacement for retarded.
If you say
canceled. Oh wait, she's okay, right?
She's okay if she says it because she's a woman of color. Yeah, and a teacher. Yeah, and she lives in Canada. She's got all the bases covered. We're good here for a while. Yeah, we're good.
I can't say retarded.
No, you're a white male. We all 3 of us can't say, even though we're Sicilian, kind of,
which is automatically.
I'm not gonna say it, but that that's
right.
Yeah. Hey, there we go. Jan's got it right. Coming from a 9/11 Jesus Christ.
That's my terrorist wife, everybody.
See, at least you have that to share with each other.
We do.
We're between clan meetings, you guys do great.
Yeah.
You're
the one from Tennessee. You got the clan thing taken care of.
Yeah, you got the clan thing going on. Man.
We have the mafia thing going on, and then we have the colored women that are obviously. Never mind. I'm not.
It's women of color.
I'm sorry, women. Women of color.
Vex. She's one of them coloreds.
Oh, look at that. We got zombie box reviews in the chat too. We're just getting all kinds of good people in here. Zombie box reviews got some good stuff too. Thank you.
I say we just continue this race conversation because we're getting such good feedback.
Yeah.
This is what happened on my Friday show where we went completely off the cuff and my views.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I
I
loved
appreciate
it.
that. I know you did. I appreciate you chiming in. That was probably one of my most fun shows we've had.
it
And
made my
of
life
course,
so much better after work.
yeah, Miss Cannoli Sasquatch got a little tipsy off Truly's.
Where is she?
A
Is she-
little.
She's in the background producing, doing her producer thing, and it was hilarious though. She cracked me up. She did drop her phone again, which I put out the short today. I got 2,000 views on that, and she was like, "Oh my god, of course! When I drop my phone, I get the most." It's hilarious, and she flipped me off at the end.
Aw.
It's great. She's a
Well, that's-
feisty one.
That's called love.
Yeah.
That's true love.
And
right
love will keep
It
us
is.
together.
there. Mhm.
Thanks for that, Wiper. Now I'm gonna go throw up in my bathroom.
And a good cup of coffee.
Is that what you're drinking? Are you sure that's coffee?
Yeah. I'm
Coffee
chilling.
brand coffee.
Is he?
Coffee.
Are you shilling for Jeremy?
Use
The-
White
the
Bear
quarter?
2 for discount. For 10%
Oh, yeah.
off. That's White Bear
Actually, I
2.
will use that because I want to try it.
Good. It's
I've
really
heard
good.
I heard it's
It is,
fantastic. Yeah. I've heard
it's supposedly ground up a few days before it's sent right out. So even the wife, she loved it, and it's breakfast blend, so it's higher caffeine. And I like my stuff that keeps me going.
Yeah, we know what
You
stuff
know.
keeps you going. That's you don't put
Yeah,
sugar
it's
in
not
that coffee,
beans.
do you? You
I
son
know.
of a bitch.
I just can't do it while we're on. That's why I have to turn the camera.
Yes, I
on.
do. I do have her locked up in the bedroom. She's taking notes for possible edits.
That's hot.
Isn't
really
that
hot.
though? Isn't that nice? Yeah.
I want to be
great.
locked in a
That's
bedroom
hot.
taking notes. That
Well, I see a bed now, and you always take
Just
notes.
go over there and
so I
take
don't-
notes.
Yeah, I was gonna
cakes.
say, just write shit down on a piece of paper. You'll be okay.
but there's a
Who's
lock.
stopping you?
There's a
No
lot
one
going
can lock
on.
me in.
Oh, you can lock yourself in. Right? Barricade
Where's
yourself
the
in the
fun
bedroom.
in that?
Get a
Where's the
neighbor.
fun in that?
Use your imagination. What the hell
Uh-oh,
were we?
I accidentally
were-
tied myself up.
Whoops.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Well, we were just talking about Black Adam, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
then in this whole leak as well, allegedly they won't be touching the sequel to the Batman.
Okay.
They won't be touching
Mm.
J.J. Abrams' black-led Superman, and they also won't be
Oh,
touching
no.
Joker 2.
Which
Allegedly.
So the
I don't
Batman-
understand. What JJ
Sorry.
Jar Jar Abrams, man, I don't get how that
he
dude
sucks.
I
So
don't
the
know,
Batman
I don't
is
understand
happening.
He's
how
like
you
Zack
fin-
Snyder. He's just as
He
bad.
is, and I
Oh,
don't
yeah, he's
understand how he finagled so much money out of Warner Brothers.
What was that movie he made that I hated that I thought was going to be great? Super 8 with the kids.
Super
And
8?
it was basically a Spielberg ripoff of E.T. and it was like literally
Basically.
trash.
It was like
Yeah,
E.T. and Close Encounters mashed together.
Cloverfield.
And Cloverfield Monster at
Yeah.
the end.
I
The
remember
best
how
part of that
disappointed
movie
I
was the
was.
Cloverfield,
train
though.
wreck.
I like Cloverfield because Cloverfield was what it was. It was a monster movie the whole way
Yeah.
through. This movie, Super 8, had a very strong Spielberg feel.
Mhm.
And then he just throws in this weird Cloverfield-ish monster attack thing. And I was like, what the hell does this have to do with
It's
the movie?
because J.J. Abrams has never known how to write a story.
Oh, he's terrible.
He knows how to. He's terrible.
Yeah.
And all he can do is like write decent mysteries that kind of intrigue you, but he has no idea where he's going with it.
What is Weird World talking about? We're not. If we could touch each other,
The
we
same
would, but
thing
we
as
can't.
usual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
we're
we're talking
touching
about-
each other.
Dumb question time. Zombie Box Reviews had brought up stupid mystery boxes, and that's just a phrase.
Stupid. Yeah, mystery box.
Explain that to people who don't know.
The layman's
Okay,
terms.
so what J.J. Abrams, what he likes to do is he likes to write what he calls mystery boxes, where you come up to a box and it has a bunch of question marks on it. It's called the mystery box. You open that up and it kind of like progresses the story, but at the same time, it gives you another mystery box to open up, and it continues
Yeah.
and continues and continues
So
until
what's an example?
until the entire writing team they write themselves into a corner because they have no idea where the mystery is going either.
Okay.
Mhm.
And
So it always falls apart at the end of the second act, beginning of the third act. So it always intrigues you in the beginning because you go, oh, where is this going? And then by the time you get to the second and third act, you go,
Nowhere good.
Fuck this.
It's the same as that guy that writes American Horror Story. What's his name?
Oh God! Don't even get me Ryan Murphy.
There we go.
Yeah,
Ryan
Ryan
Murphy
Murphy.
knows how to hook you in, and then it's like he spilled the box and he's trying to put it all back in the same order, but it just doesn't work. And
Ask
then he
my wife
forgets
how I feel about Ryan Murphy. Just ask her. I went off on him because he did the what's the documentary? What's the show that just came out with Jeffrey Dahmer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's always the same
You could
shit
tell.
with that guy.
Oh, you could tell it was
Immediately.
Ryan Murphy. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
I have so much to say about that Dahmer series. Like I
did a review on it.
Dahmer.
Yeah,
I
it was a
did a
great
review on it,
too.
and I ripped that fucking thing to shreds.
You did great.
Trash.
Thank you.
Did you
because it was
include
total
the
trash.
serial killer universe that they're going to make?
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
God, are you
total
kidding me?
trash.
What?
Yeah, Netflix is planning to, because Dahmer was so successful and they've also been, nailing it with all the Bundy stuff they did the year before. They're going to be making a
Gacy.
serial killer universe.
Yeah.
But there's no word on who the next ones are going to
So
be.
they're gonna do a Marvel with the serial killer.
With real life
team.
serial
Yeah.
killers,
It's
and they're
all
going to
good.
watch the
That's what we
stories the same
Okay.
way.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's all culminating to an Avengers type serial killer movie where they all get
They're gonna.
together. and-
It's gonna be the fucking Infinity War, but with serial killers.
yeah,
It's going to lead to the Holocaust. There'll be some time travel, and then
Right.
eventually we'll just get to the Holocaust. That's just
I
going to
like
happen.
that.
There
Okay,
you go.
I could see that happening. And Ryan
they
Murphy's
go.
in
Yeah,
it,
they
I
go
get-
back in time, and this time Hitler wins.
Ooh, what if it's a musical?
Oh, even
Oh,
better.
Even better.
If it's a
Yeah.
gay musical,
Well, that's what's going to happen.
Is there another kind?
What do we
All
think
this-
about this? What do we think about this news of Joker 2? Well, we saw the still images that came out for Joker, the sequel
Yeah.
with.
Him getting a shave, right?
I don't know how I feel about this movie. Just sticking to the DC thing real quick because this came out and I was like, the first one was very popular, made a shit ton of money, so naturally they got to make a sequel, which I don't think it needed one.
The first
But,
one was good. First one
Lady
was really good.
Gaga's playing Harley Quinn, and it's a musical, and I'm like,
Ooh.
you know what? I was a little surprised by that casting when they first announced it, but we all know Lady Gaga is insane.
Yeah.
So
and
she
Oh,
might
she-
just
yeah.
be the best fit.
yeah, but she's
might
just so
work.
well connected. But yeah, you're right. She's
What- Yeah, what worries me about Joker 2 is that Todd Phillips is no bueno when it comes to sequels. He's the one who
That's
did.
I'm surprised that got greenlit because he said really hard when Joker 1 came out, "Oh, no, we're not there's no sequel planned. We're not going to do a sequel." Then a year later
Right.
it's like, "Oh, we're doing a sequel."
That's because the paycheck was offered.
And I don't like that it's changing tones though, cuz like the first movie was very serious and now the second one is going to be a musical? What?
Tyler the Redbeard says if they sing Grease Joker, I mean, yes, go Grease Joker. I don't. Here's how this movie. Well, here's the thing.
Summer Joker.
Have me some fun. Harley Quinn's gonna suck. Anyway, did we? Did we? I think this movie's gonna make money just because of the success of the first one. People are gonna be very now if they advertise this well and can actually bring people in with the trailers. The trailers are really what's gonna make this movie sell, especially in the first weekend.
I don't know anybody who's down with a musical though.
I don't. Well, that's the thing. Is it all musical or is it parts musical? Are we doing RRR kind of shit where it's like a story and then mixed in with scenes of music? It's like I don't know.
It's like Sweeney Todd. Anybody seen Sweeney Todd?
I liked Sweeney Todd. That
It's
was
like,
good.
but it's a musical from start to finish, and it didn't make that much money because it's a musical from start.
Well,
to
no,
finish.
it's just it doesn't make sense for the sequel to be a musical. Why wasn't
Right.
your first one a musical? That's what
Yeah,
I'm
Joker
confused
Voice is
by.
right. Like it depends on the production budget too, because he was even saying yesterday when we were talking that the production budget might be big, a lot bigger for the sequel to Joker. I don't know. Here's the thing: is anybody here going to go see it? That's the question.
If it's bigger in this one, it's probably going to suck. There's no
Usually what they
parameter
do, right?
at this point. They need most creatives need a sandbox with parameters and borders.
Mhm.
And when you're given a giant huge budget with a giant huge sandbox to play in, that's when it goes off the fucking rails. So I guarantee
Very
you, if
interesting.
this gets like double or triple the budget, it's probably going to suck.
I really
Because
would hate for this.
They won't know where to stop at that point.
Sorry, Vex, you were going to say something.
No, I was just gonna say, like to Cope had mentioned earlier, like Todd Phillips didn't want to do a sequel originally. Like they've kind of already creatively written themselves into a corner. So where is there to go?
It's amazing what mutant money does, right? Where it can influence people. I don't know.
It's a
Sweeney
paycheck.
Todd. Yeah, I remember Sweeney Todd. I thought it was okay. I mean, I don't know.
I really
Great.
enjoyed that Sweeney Todd.
Yeah,
movie.
I
great
liked
for
it.
Tangelo. For Tangelo, there says Sweeney Todd with Johnny Depp, even though I don't
Double
like
G.
music. I agree. Like I thought Sweeney Todd was okay. I only seen it once, and I probably will never see it again.
Yeah,
But I thought
I
it
don't
was
have
okay.
to rewatch it. But it was okay. I actually, Tim Burton.
But it didn't
right?
do,
Tim
it
Burton
didn't
directed
do
it.
that great in theaters because everybody found out that from moment one to the last moment, it's all singing.
It's just all singing. Yeah, people don't
And I
like
don't
that
think-
shit.
Yeah.
Joker Boy says if the production budget is over 150 million, at least 100 on marketing, going to make 500 million to Brady. Oh, that's my point. Like, are they just
And it's going to
banking
be
on?
And they're banking on a rated R movie making $500 million. They're out of their mind. That is a
And you said-
hardcore sell.
And you did say the Batman is still getting a sequel, right, Vex? You
Yep,
did say
yep,
that.
they're not touching that. Yeah.
Interested.
That was
Interesting.
a movie
and
that
that-
was good, and the first 2.5 acts were good, and that fell
That
apart.
movie was
It did
also
sh-
all over the place.
The
That was
theme
hyped
changed a
to no
lot
tomorrow.
at the end. Yeah,
It was good until its very last.
I love the opening of the
5
movie.
minutes.
I like
Actually,
parts of
after the
that
car
movie.
chase is when it fell apart.
That
for
to me
me.
was my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, and then
The
and then
car
I thought it was the
chase.
best part
The
of the movie. and
Batmobile
then
when he's chasing the Penguin.
it was
Well,
legit.
The reveal of the Batmobile was incredible. It was awesome. I like the muscle car idea. I like Matt Reeves. Joker Voice says the Matt Reeves sequel is still up in the air at present. So
Oh.
Really, I didn't like.
that's true.
Everybody was going ape over the new Joker. I did not like the new Joker. Like that whole scene where they did the whole
the
Silence
deleted
of the Lambs.
scene. Did you
Yeah,
did you
the
see that
deleted
Vex with the
Silence of the
deleted
Lambs
scene on?
I
do
heard
yourself a
about
favor.
it, but I never bothered watching it.
You YouTube it if you get a chance after this, and then just watch it. It's like a 10-minute scene. I did not like the Joker iteration in this movie at all. I'm glad that
It
they
was a
kept him
new.
out of the
It was
movie.
a new guy, right? Like he was an
Yeah.
intern
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
made an Arkham already. I thought they
Yeah.
should have. I thought they should have used Joaquin's Joker.
No,
fits
I don't want
perfectly
those
in this
universes
universe.
crossing at all. I don't want that universe to
Yeah,
They're
cross.
not going to
but
do that. Yeah.
But it's a perfect universe. Those universes are perfect for each other. They really are.
There's not a universe where I can picture Robert Pattinson going up against Joaquin Phoenix. I just feel like there's no T there at all.
This
Like
doesn't
it's
match,
just really
yeah.
this. Like it doesn't match at all.
How'd that go again?
That was a dance move right there.
No,
Do
they're
it
just
again.
going like
hell
this.
is
Do it. Do it.
Stop!
That's
hit
hot.
me.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree with you, Weird World. I didn't like this bitch boy Batman either. I wanted to give Robert Pattinson the benefit of the doubt because remember how people reacted when Heath Ledger was cast as a Joker. So I thought, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And then it came out, I was like,
Yeah, he's kind of a gothy emo Batman.
Oh, I did not like his Bruce Wayne. No, his Bruce Wayne
No,
was
his Bruce Wayne was
no.
a bitch.
Emotional daddy issues Batman. Have you
But
read
I
a
did-
Batman comic? No kidding.
I did like the fact that they made him more nimble in the fight scenes. Finally,
A little more.
like he was violent in this
Yes. And especially the opening scene in the subway.
one. The opening
platform,
scene,
that
I
was
mean,
awesome.
he beat the shit out of that criminal. I was like, yeah,
Well,
when
then-
you
then
couldn't
they-
tell it was Robert Pattinson, he was good, basically.
right, basically.
when he was in this
When it was
suit,
Robert
yeah, in the
Pattinson's
costume.
manly stunt double,
Yeah.
that's when it was good.
And the
I'm
sad
interested-
part too is there was some really phenomenal casting for that movie. Like Colin Farrell as a Penguin, wouldn't have thought of that, but I liked it.
He was
Paul
great. Yeah,
Dano-
he was good.
Well, let me ask. Well, let
Paul
me ask you
Dano
this,
should have gotten
Max.
more time.
What's the
The-
point?
yes.
What's the point of having? What's the point of hiring? What you call
Ooh,
it
Controversy.
for the Penguin if you can't even recognize him? There were so many.
I think it
actors
was
that
just
you-
more. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying there's a couple different actors that look just like the Penguin that they made him up. They sat him in a chair for 4 hours to get him to look like an actor that can already play that part. It was just to have him in there.
It was
a lot
really
of people
weird.
have made that argument, but
That
I
was really weird.
yeah,
Right.
I mean, I love that. I like the actor big time.
I thought he did a great
I
job.
think he
yeah.
got into some really stupid stuff, but I don't know.
I think
They
he did
could've
an
just-
all right job as a Penguin. Don't
Yeah,
get me
I
wrong.
thought the acting was great for it, but like you said, it's kind of like, Well, why don't
See?
you just grab some kind of, ugly fat ass off the, the street?
Look, there's an actor.
You fat bastard! You want to act?
Hey, fat bastard! You want to come
You want to
act?
act?
There's
So Joker
already
Boy says
there's already an
Batfleck
actor.
is the best Batman.
Does he
lot
want
of
to leave
people-
the chat now on his
A
own?
lot
whim,
of
or-
people like
Oh,
Batfleck.
it's so weird. I don't understand it.
Well, here's the point where we always talk
Better than
about
Clooney.
you see the actor playing that, like, that's how I see it. Ben Affleck. He's always Ben Affleck to me, but I didn't mind him as a Batman. John Turturro as the Roman. Yeah, that's good.
Is
Sorry, go ahead.
Jana serious with that comment? I want Adrian Brody as Batman, or is that a joke?
Can't fit his nose into the costume.
I guarantee you that's a joke.
No, because now I'm curious. He could
He
do
could've played-
Batman. He's a fantastic actor.
He's a good actor, but I can't see.
Everybody
No,
knows who he is with that
First
nose.
of all, he lost me in the Predator movie trying to be an action star. I just didn't.
You know
buy
who
He
it.
was
He's good in.
miscast for that one.
He
at
was
all.
miscast. I like it. I like Brody. I think you're right. He is a very good actor. Yes.
He was excellent as a Sicilian guy, Sicilian mob guy in Peaky Blinders.
Yeah,
That was
he
probably his
good.
best role in that.
I still have to watch that show. I haven't.
Oh my
touched
god,
it
it was
yet.
season 3. He's part of the Black Hand Clan.
That would be a very
Sicily.
padded Batman suit. Joker voice.
Yo,
Yes.
hold on. Adrian Brody has gotten ripped for roles before. You can't tell because his face.
Yeah, he
always
was kind
stays
of
so
ripped for
slender.
Predators.
Tyler Redbeard says, "I'm Toucan." He could play Toucan Sam in the Fruit Loops movie.
I'm Toucan.
a gritty Fruit Loops adaptation.
You put too much milk in my cereal.
Why does he sound like Harrison Ford?
Everybody, oh god, yeah. Harrison Ford. Dude, what the best casting for Batman I ever heard was when before Keaton was Bill Murray was test read the script for Batman. Bill Murray.
Well, he
Michael
probably did it
Keaton
for the Joker.
No, it was he
don't
tested as Batman.
No way.
Bill Murray would have been a good
Yes.
Riddler.
He would have been a great.
He-
Did you see
yeah,
him
he
as
would've been
Batman though? Like what?
No.
I heard he's like.
But to be honest with you, I wouldn't be able to see Keaton as Batman either.
Oh no, well, there was a lot of shit about that. The people
Right.
wrote letters to the studio and wanted it because he was coming off Mr. Mom. He was a comedy kind of guy.
Yeah.
And, I didn't realize it at the time because I was only 10 or 11 when that came out. And then my parents, I
Wow.
remember my dad was
Whoa,
like,
dude.
Michael Keaton is Batman. What? Love Jack Nicholson. He's his favorite actor. So he was like, I love
Oh
Nicholson,
man, yeah.
but not Michael Keaton. But-
Dude, some people get pretty defensive over Keaton. Like I had mentioned that over.
Oh,
Twitter,
yeah.
and somebody just like 3 people attacked me like out of nowhere about it, and I guess
I honestly believe Keaton's still the best Batman on screen.
I thought he was a very good Batman.
He's a good Batman.
don't-
I liked him.
I like.
Yeah.
Val
I think-
Kilmer.
I
really
think
like
Christian.
Val Kilmer.
You liked Val Kilmer?
yeah.
I think Christian Bale's the best Bruce Wayne.
Oh, 100%. Yes. He
I don't
fits,
think-
he embodies
he
Bruce
plays the
Wayne.
rich guy thing. So
I don't
Uh-oh,
like that
that makes-
people compare them though because they're very
That's true.
different iterations
That is
of
true.
Batman.
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think you
I'm
can
not going to
compare
get
them at
butthurt
all.
over it.
But-
I'm
but
not gonna
I-
sit out attacking.
I know-
anybody over
I only
it.
Yeah,
get
no, I
I
agree.
only get butthurt when they say Ben Affleck was a good Batman. That's
I don't
what-
agree with that one
what?
either. I've never
Makes fun of
understood that
Joker
one.
voice. Best joke. Well, Mark Hamill. Even though he's a libtard, he does do
Oh,
a great voice.
He does.
Yeah,
he's
he's
a
a
great.
great
He's amazing. And then obviously Kevin Conroy is iconic. He's in the new game too. In the what is it? Kill the Justice
Kill the
League
Suicide
game?
Squad.
Suicide Squad, whatever the hell. It's
Oh no, sorry, you're right. Kill the Justice. It's Suicide
God
Squad.
damn
Kill
it! You're the
Justice-
gaming person here, Vex. Jesus. I'm just kidding.
I get tongue tied. I'm sorry.
Look
I'm
at her.
sorry.
Look at her. She wanted to stab me right there. Did you see that face? Did you see that face?
No, I wasn't paying
I was
attention,
looking at
but
my
I agree with
phone.
the sentiment.
Well, I don't blame her. No, I hate Batman. Bale's
I
Batman
agree.
voice. Yeah, it was
I
terrible.
didn't like his Batman voice either. But they said that was in post production. They added that. That wasn't actually
Why?
because it was
No,
too
come
tough on his voice. And I guess I don't know why they chose that of all voices, but it wasn't
like a
Bale
bear.
actually saying that.
After Batman Begins, everybody bitched about it and they said they were going to fix it, and then they doubled down on it.
That's because
with
Christopher.
Batman.
That's Christopher Nolan.
Nolan.
He's just
you
Christopher
think
Nolan's
he's
known
trying-
for putting even with the music in his movies. He'll turn like in Interstellar. If you saw Interstellar, well, in the movie theater, he turns the music and the volume up way high, so you have no idea what the people are. He even said he does it on purpose. He like
What was
purposely
his
some
reason?
scenes he knocks the dialogue out, and he's trying to put you in an interview. He tries to put you in the moment. I'm like, well, in the moment in space when things are spinning, I don't think there's music blasting in my ears, but that's his theory. He wants to confuse the moviegoer, And I'm
there
like,
must have been a lot of music with Tenet then.
there was a lot of
Because
music with Tenet.
Because I was very fucking confused with that one.
He went a lot.
still
He went
gotta
very
watch that.
Christopher. He went very Christopher Nolan with that.
He went super Christopher Nolan on that one. Super cyan Christopher Nolan.
So before we move on to our lovely Gremlins review, I know that I actually wanted to hear some of this. Vex brought this up. This kind of was interesting. I know Copa doesn't give a shit, but Vex brought up the some X-Men news, and I know most people are like X-Men, but some of this was kind of interesting. So, Vex, do you want to lay out some points that you heard about X-Men projects that were canceled?
If you want, sure.
I mean, bring up a few. You can bring up a few, and we can just
Yeah.
watch Copa cry.
There was like a couple days ago, there was a huge thread on Twitter, and basically it just briefly outlined all of the allegedly canceled X-Men projects. And this is like leading up to like 2017 is basically the last one. So a lot of these like we already kind of knew of, so I won't go over those, but I will go over some of the ones that were like speculation that I also thought were interesting. So the first one is there was plans for an ensemble feature film that would feature the Fantastic Four, Daredevil, and Deadpool. And the plot revolved around a superhero registration act, putting various characters on opposite sides of a conflict similar to the Civil War story arc.
Wow.
Would have been, especially with Deadpool in there, would have been interesting, right? Another one. So
Whoa.
we also got confirmation on that Gambit film that supposedly had Channing Tatum, and that was also
my God.
scrapped pretty soon.
Okay. So that one does interest me because I've always wanted a Gambit.
He was tied to that movie for a long time.
He is a perfect casting decision for Gambit, and everybody wanted him for Gambit. And I don't, for the life of me, don't understand why Fox never greenlit a Gambit movie with Channing Tatum, because when he was at his height, he could have brought in tickets.
So according to the leak, it was an active development with Fox, but then Disney was the one that canceled the project.
Shocking.
And they later described the plot for that one as Goodfellas in New Orleans.
Okay,
in a similar style as Deadpool.
I saw you that on your notes, and you sold me because Goodfellas is probably one of my favorite movies ever. And you add a Gambit story like in that element. Oh man, that really would have had me interested.
It sounds amazing, right? It's really sad that one got canceled. There was also going to be an X-23 in development following the release of Logan, as well as a solo film for like Logan's daughter in that movie. That was supposed to come out as well, and that never happened. And then the last one that I thought was interesting, well, the two ones I thought were interesting. So X-Men Origins, I know that whole trilogy is kind of iffy for people. I liked First Class, and then the second two, not so much. But allegedly, so there was going to be an X-Men Origins Magneto, which would tell the early life of Magneto. And David S. Goyer was hired to direct. And Ian McKellen was supposed to reprise that role.
Okay. I was going to say that would have been interesting.
That would have been very interesting. And then there also would have been a sequel to X-Men First Class with a younger version of the X-Men, along with Tom Hardy as Wolverine. But Fox wanted to rush that storyline and move forward with Days of Future Past, which led to Vaughn leaving the X-Men films altogether.
I didn't even mind Days of Future Past. I don't know. That wasn't a
It
bad
wasn't
movie.
a bad film, but there's just something that rubbed me the wrong way about it. You know, I can't quite put my finger on it.
That's X people, Tyler the Redbeard wants to say. So you're don't assume people's
it's okay, she's a minority.
She's in
If you look like
Canada.
a man, I'm going to call you a man. If you look like a woman, I'm going to call you a woman. If you look like an it, I'm going to call you an it. Anything involving Deadpool will not be a part of the MCU. The staunch PG-13 won't mesh with Deadpool. Deadpool will be an island to itself.
Well, he is part. They're doing another. Aren't they doing a Deadpool 3? Right? It's Disney.
Yeah.
That was already
R,
in production
right?
before the merger happened.
What he's saying
but I know
is that they won't cross him over into the MCU into Marvel. He's going to stay on the Fox side of Disney.
Okay.
And if Disney sees a money making opportunity to cross all the X-Men over from Fox to Marvel and vice versa, they're going to do it. And I guarantee you, they've already had discussions to do this.
They already had an Origin Magneto X-Men First Class and Apocalypse.
No, like it would have been even like we're talking like Holocaust Eric Lencher. We're talking that young.
Yeah.
That's what it would have been. Like after he had found freedom and all that stuff. I call Pennywise an it or a man.
Well, he is
More like a
it.
man.
Rhetorical
Doy.
thrill. Thank you for
Doy.
stopping in. Thank you. The only thing I like about the newer X-Men movies is Evan Peters as
That was a good
Quicksilver.
casting choice.
Yeah,
I
it was
like
a good
his
choice.
Silver as well.
The first time, the first go around.
I have no I don't know. I have no anticipation at all for X-Men with Disney
Well,
running the
look,
show.
here's the deal:
the
is
show.
X-Men.
It's just-
X-Men when it was my favorite comic book as a kid. So what they've done to X-Men, the film franchises, has just completely obliterated.
Aren't they doing an X-Men cartoon, a reimagining, like a modern?
Yeah, it's called like X-Men
interpretation?
'97 or something.
I love the original cartoon when I was young. It was freaking
but
amazing.
Is that the one that's called the Mutants? Or are they doing the new?
I don't know. All I remember saying it was a modern version, which we all know what that means.
The old version was woke enough. It was clearly trying to make. I mean, but it wasn't so in your face, but it was clearly trying to make a point on the kids' cartoons back then. That people are different, diverse, and you can't just hate them just because they're different.
This is my sentiment right here. 100%. This is my sentiment. Anything
Anything
Disney touches, I cannot get excited about. Nothing.
Yes.
Nothing.
No.
It's a shame that we've Hey, Joker Voice, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you. You have a great night. Thanks for getting involved in the chat, and I appreciate you, dude. I'll see you tomorrow.
Tell us how you got those scars next time you come by.
Yeah. You want to know how I got these scars? I do voices.
My
by
father
the way.
was a drinker.
Look, she does voices and game reviews. She's multi-talented, people. More ways than anyway.
Is that a circumcision joke?
I don't know. You have to ask her. She's the one who wants to get tied down. Anyway, we're gonna move on from this.
I wanted to be locked up taking notes, not tied.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misinterpreted.
You have to be clear about that.
I wanted to talk about this real quick. So I'm going to bring up the screen here to talk about this because this was interesting. Is how Jason Momoa basically is rumored to be kicked out of Aquaman after Aquaman 2, and this is who he should have been in the first place, Lobos.
Yeah.
I don't even know who this character is, and I agree with you there.
No,
he looks
Lobo
just like him.
Legit.
So,
He's a legit character, and everybody has said that that's who he should have been. When it was announced that he was casted in a DC movie, everybody thought, "Oh, Lobo," and no,
Lobos.
It-
We had to make him Aquaman, who he doesn't fit that character at all.
No, he doesn't.
I did not like the Aquaman movie. I don't
But
want to see the sequel.
because what concerns me is this would be perfect casting for him. But what concerns me is that the normies won't understand it. They would look at it and go, "Why is Aquaman now Lobo? Did I miss a movie?"
They might not have
these two.
that would be a problem. Yes. So I don't know how you can make that switch unless you wait a while. Even then, God.
To be
really,
fair, aside from us who are movie nerds, right? The average viewer is pretty fucking dumb and can't even remember like the tie-ins for the Marvel universe, right?
That is pretty true.
So I don't think if he is recasting and put into a different role, most like the average viewer that is making these movie millions, they won't even remember.
I'm just saying I think people will go to the Lobo movie because they were told that it was cool. They'll walk in and the first thing they're going to say is, "Why is Aquaman Lobo?"
It's a mess.
I agree with you. The other thing is that a lot of people will walk into these movies not even thinking it's a comic book movie or DC movie.
They'll just see it because it's Jason Momoa. And let's face it, a lot of us ladies only saw the Aquaman 1 because of how good Jason Momoa looked in it.
Well, the only reason why we saw Aquaman was to watch Amber Turd take a shit
on his chest,
on his bed,
Twice.
on his aqua bed,
and blame it on the sea dogs.
yeah, blame it on the seahorses. She's like, "Oh, it wasn't me. That was the seahorses taking a shit on your aqua bed.
So
That's your
Aquaman
water
2
bed,
is
isn't
coming
it?"
Out, Aquaman 2 is coming out in is that right? December 25th.
Yeah, end of next year.
Like-
Yeah, it got pushed back.
Oh, on Christmas?
A lot of
Yay!
these-
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, a lot
Could
of
you
these
imagine what a shit gift that is? You mean,
Well,
oh, by the way,
Aquaman came out right before Christmas as well.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about
And
it.
it still
Okay,
went on to make over $1 billion in the box office.
well, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas, Vex, from December 25th, 2023. Aquaman
No,
tickets.
you know what? I lost any hard on I had for Jason Momoa
Wow.
when I know Jana mentioned it briefly here when he called out Pratt, but it was also when he went live on an Instagram video feed and he
Shaving
said
his
like,
head.
"Oh, if you voted for Trump, don't see my movies at all."
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's easy.
Hey,
to do.
no problem.
Exactly.
That's somebody
It's
who
very-
has a hard time acting, and anything that's ever going to last the test of time. That's their way to try to get more work.
Basically.
he was in a really good Canadian TV show, actually, Jason Momoa. It's sad that it got canceled, but he's good with the historical pieces,
What is it?
surprisingly.
What is a good Canadian? Is about
TV show look
Is it about euthanizing senior citizens?
Yeah. It's about euthanizing the people who are just broke for. a
No,
tiny
it was
moment of your life?
a show.
Oh, there's that
about-
show called The End of the Line.
It was a show about just like early settlers coming to Canada and how the fur trade was set up, and he was surprisingly good at it.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
did he play some
okay.
type of like?
That was on Netflix.
Did he have a lot of speaking parts?
He was a main character. He was,
He was
a
the
main
main
character
character.
in that show. Yeah.
Wow. And he did more than
God,
just
what
like
was that
grunt or
called?
try to look.
Please look up because it got canceled after 3 seasons, unfortunately, but it was a solid show. Solid.
Yeah, he was
show.
like a trapper or something. in that
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Yeah. See, this is the sentiment a lot of people have about Warner Brothers right now, is that they should just focus on their two
Yeah.
heavy big hitters,
Right.
Batman and Superman.
100%. I don't know why they decided not to, like, even back when they were doing Justice League and everything. I don't understand why they took the focus away from Superman. That's a gold mine right there. There was nothing else they needed.
100%. 100%.
Every time they've announced a new Superman since the Donner Supermans, or at least the Superman 1 through 5s from the 70s and 80s, when they announce a new Superman, everybody just gets hyped.
Yeah.
And so
do you
when they
remember
announced,
when Man of Steel was announced? The trailers were.
Oh
the
my
teaser
God.
trailers were
God.
great.
Right.
They were great. I was like, holy shit, we're gonna get well. So initially, it was announced that when Nolan was gonna produce it, not direct it. He turned down a directing role, which I don't blame him. But I loved what I saw in the trailers, and then you start hearing little things here and there for test screenings, like 50-50. Everybody was 50-50. I was like, oh god. And then immediately I'm like, oh well, of course it's Zack Snyder making the movie. He was coming off 300, and didn't he make Watchmen before Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which I thought was okay. The director's cut of Watchmen was much better than the original, by the way.
well,
That
yeah,
TV
the
show
Watchmen
was
was
called
good.
Frontier.
Yeah, Frontier.
Frontier. Okay. I have heard of that show then. Yes.
Yeah, though, the Watchmen was good until they switched out the endings. I never
The
understood
endings,
why. And they always said, "Oh, well, we just didn't have the budget to shoot the ending from the comic book," and it's like bullshit. That would have been cheaper
Yeah.
than the budget. You just wanted to switch it all around for some reason.
Yeah.
I never understood,
I
but
agree.
Watchmen was really good.
That
other
was a
than
great adaptation, actually. I
Mhm.
read the comic
think so.
book in high school, and I was very pleased with that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He remember Snyder was very nervous about transitioning that into a movie because he didn't want it to upset the fans, and
Mhm.
some people thought it was too close. I don't know. I don't understand fans sometimes, but in that instance, not a bad movie at all. No, director's cut's better though.
Yeah,
Viper
I
goes
don't,
sniff
I haven't
some hair.
bothered.
Hey, you know, Vex, watch that and you'll like it.
Mhm.
I think it's on
Okay.
HBO if you have it.
I
If
remember
not,
I watched the original one and I really enjoyed it, but I didn't know that there was a director's cut.
there was
at all.
the director's cut is better.
Okay,
definitely
gotcha,
better.
gotcha.
Yeah, they add a lot more stuff and it ties the story in much better, just longer.
Question though, since we're talking about Superman, has Superman had 1 movie or 2 movies? Or sorry, 3 movies?
Which one?
Oh, because of him tying into Batman versus
Yeah,
Superman.
because
and-
I consider him only having 1 movie, but a lot of
Well, they
idiots
consider it a
get really
trilogy.
upset. Yeah, they get upset when you say that Batman versus Superman and Justice League aren't part of that, but he was barely in Justice League, and then Batman versus Superman was a combined movie, so I don't count either of those as Superman films.
Didn't Snyder say that it was
That's like
a sequel to
that's
Man
like
of
counting the
Steel?
Avenger films as Iron Man films.
Right, exactly.
I thought I
Superman's
remember
only gotten 1 movie in my opinion, and it was Man of Steel.
technically, yeah, but it's sold as a trilogy.
Mhm.
Which is
It's
stupid.
not his
I agree with
trilogy.
you. I think it's definitely 1 movie. Man of Steel was it, and then everything else was kind of just like you said, a pairing with other superheroes. But yeah, you're right. Batman, I think was even. Yeah, I don't know. I agree. Batman versus God, what a freaking shit show that was.
Snyder is just,
And then he comes out with a director's cut of the movie, which is actually a little better. And you're like, why leave the half hour out? Does it even matter? Like, why did it matter to the studio to leave out that portion? Because it was actually a better story.
That first original cut was still like 2.5 hours, wasn't it?
It was, and the second one was 3 hours and 10 minutes, I think, the director's cut version. Look at that. But the funny thing
is Henry Cavill shirtless in it at least? Is that motivation to watch it?
He's in it more because it's more of everything. It does. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying that his director's cut ties the story. It's a little better. It improves a little bit. It doesn't change the shitty, stupid Martha. Oh, God. Martha scene.
Your mom's name is Martha too, bro.
Oh, dude.
I remember.
Dude, what's my tattoo say? Dude, your tattoo says dude.
Martha,
yeah.
Martha.
And I remember I got shit for that from somebody I knew. Like, oh, dude, they were just there. You just don't understand because you're not smart enough. No. I understood the tie-in. It was
They
so
were like
written,
wrapping
like
super
shit.
boners around at that moment.
Well, DC movies are
They
just
were
smarter
docking
than
each other after that.
Yeah.
Like...
And then, of course, Amy Adams just comes out of nowhere to save him. That's his mother. Oh, God, I wish he would have got stabbed with that spear. Fucking kryptonite spear. I hated that fucking part of the movie. You're trying to humanize him. There were so many opportunities before that to have them have confrontations where they actually talked to each other and had a story fleshed out. Like, actually talked. Mm-hmm. And it's all threats. All they do is threaten each other in the whole movie. Oh, do you bleed? Batman, you're dead. Just give it up. Cool. And then he goes to fight Batman. And then he's trying to talk to him when it's too late. You don't understand. And he's shooting him with missiles. I don't know what the fuck was going on. It's ridiculous. Now you got me all assed up.
Assed up? Let me see those cheeks. Hold up.
Whoa. See? I just, oh, God, that movie drove me fucking crazy because I hate when there's opportunities. You see the opportunity in the movie and it just goes to shit. Thanks, Snyder. DC, what is Weird World here? Said DC blew it. They're done. Messed up Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. John Constantine, and my boy Reeves is coming back as Constantine. And I don't know if I love him as Constantine, but I just love him. So
he was a good Constantine.
I like the
movie.
Well, people say he just didn't fit because he just wasn't the traditional.
Did you guys ever watch
the
the Constantine show at all?
No,
I haven't seen it yet. Really
Any good?
It was surprisingly decent. I think I can't remember what the guy's name is, but the guy that they cast for that is a near perfect Constantine.
Perfect
when
Constantine.
You compare him to the comics. Yeah. I see why they went with Keanu because he was very popular at the time that first movie came out.
Yeah.
And like he fits into the role if you forget that there's a comic book that he's based on.
Right.
But that in that like Constantine show, that was very good casting.
It was really
I would
good.
like to see him in a movie.
My thing is, why does
it did get canceled? It was WB
got
production,
canceled, yeah.
actually.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
There you go. Why?
It was on
why
the
is
CW.
Why is it that DC could put together animated films so well, but they can't put together live action movies? Their animated movies
audiences are different. That's why.
That is a good point.
Because hardcore fans of the comics will go and watch an animated series because they have a deeper appreciation and love for that character.
For the lore and everything, yeah.
Exactly. Whereas with a movie, it's like, sure, the fans will go see, like hardcore fans will go see it, but at the end of the day, we just want people in the movie theaters and it doesn't matter
That's
who
a good point. Because they want a wider audience for the live action movie, so they're gonna dumb down the characters and expand things. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Except for the Killing Joke. That was fucking trash.
No, it was trash.
Oh, so bad.
They made an adaptation of The Killing Joke.
Oh, so bad. It was 40. It was like
2 years ago.
2 years ago. I was so excited for that. I was so excited for that. And I tell you, Vex, if you want to talk about disappointment, like my wife's face when we go to anyway. I mean, major disappointment. It was so bad. It was 40. The first 45 minutes of the movie aren't even about the Joker. It's about Batman.
Not 2 years ago. 6 years ago now.
6 years ago. It was mostly about Batwoman and Batman in the first 50 minutes of the movie, and then maybe the rest of the movie, 30 minutes was about Joker. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
And
it was like they didn't even read the graphic novel.
Where's the one?
I would watch Adrian Brody as Wonder Woman, Jana. I would like to see that
me
movie.
too. Oh,
What
that
was
nose
that one
was just...
Superman, the animated little movie that they did, Superman, where they made some type of muscle-bound President Reagan that was ordering him around to destroy everything. And
That
of course,
wasn't it.
Reagan.
No. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of the name of the movie though.
It was.
I know what you're talking about.
Terrible. Yeah.
Did you see the cartoon Batman versus Superman is arrogant and Batman teaches him a lot? What cartoon was that? Where Batman's the actual like the calm teacher and Superman's arrogant and I don't know. Was it Injustice? No, that was another bad animated movie from DC. Injustice was trash.
I hate all of this.
It was an hour and 12-minute story that should have expanded like four stories. They pushed Injustice into an hour and a 12-minute movie.
Yeah, and the Killing Joke should have been 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was like 20 minutes.
How long was it?
It's like an hour and a half.
It was no. The movie was an hour and a half. The first 50 minutes was about Batman plowing Batwoman and getting her pregnant, and then after that was the Killing Joke. But it still was terrible.
Right.
Anyway, whatever. You know what? I can't do DC anymore. I'm fucking.
Yeah.
No, let's talk more Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna move to our final half hour of the show, and we're gonna do a little synopsis on a cute little Christmas movie that's full of laughter and joy and ugly things eating other people. Gremlins.
Yeah.
1984 movie. Look at this movie. Okay, first of all, I know when I was a kid, 1984, I was just a little hatchling, and I loved this movie. As I grew up, I wanted Gizmo toys, and they were really expensive back then. Kind of like the Tickle Me Elmo phase, where they were just ridiculously hard to find. And I did actually get one eventually. So what do we remember about this movie? Because I think me and Copa are the old ones here, so we have a lot of better recollection of this movie. I know Vex and Wipey here are the youngins. So, what do we remember about this movie, people?
The rules.
Yeah, the rules. You know
the
what?
Rules in that. Sorry,
go ahead. No.
No, that and that they just looked alarmingly like Furbies. That's why I wanted to watch this movie as a kid.
God, how young are you?
When
Furbies, I remember Furbies, but I was already no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was never really down with this movie when I was a kid, and I think the last time I watched it was like before high school until last night. And the things that I remembered back then are the things that I remembered yesterday. The old woman getting ejected out of her second story window there. That was awesome. That still makes me crack up.
It was a fun movie, right? It was just a fun movie.
It was fun.
Centered around Christmas. I love this movie as a kid. The sequel, we were talking about the sequel briefly, is just a psycho. It's like a freaking acid trip. The sequel, they go way off the rails in the sequel. They do like what Home Alone 2 did to the original Home Alone. They went very cartoony and just very outlandish and just over the top. But this one, I mean, who doesn't love Gizmo though? Come on.
Yeah, my cousin had one of those Gizmo toys, and I thought that is so cool, and it looks very cool. And they said that was from a movie, and I thought I really wanted one when I was a little kid. And then I found out, what happened to him when water got on him. I was like, keep that shit away from me.
You know what the Gremlins are like? They're like the biker gang that comes into the clean cut town and just wrecks the entire town.
Yeah,
that's what they're like.
That's a good analogy. I like that. I like that.
They're a fucking biker gang, dude.
Yeah, I agree with you there. No, I know most of this, if I remember reading the script, was mostly practical effects. There was some CGI moments that were like dated a little bit, but overall, mostly practical. Yeah, I mean, it's a movie that I definitely have a lot of nostalgia for personally.
Yeah, they mostly shot that at night because of the practical effects of the puppeteering.
100%,
it made it easier.
Yeah, that rule works out, keeping no bright.
That's the whole reason. That's the whole reason for the rules, so they could keep it at night, to shoot it at night, to keep the puppeteering hellish nightmare down.
Which was each one of those puppets was like between $30,000 to $50,000, and apparently had to be have security escort them in the backs of vehicles. So
wow,
Yeah, if you look at the production budget, it was $11 million to make this movie. It made $150 million worldwide back in 1984. That is all because you could take your family to this movie. It's obviously a Christmas movie. It made a lot of money. So it grossed back $41.5 million at the box office worldwide. That's a lot of money for that time period. A lot of money.
Wow. Yeah, because Spielberg's name is tacked onto it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's coming off the... I think this is Amblin's first picture.
Is it Amblin's first picture? Yeah.
With him and a little known producer named Kathleen Kennedy started that.
Oh. Actually?
Yeah, for real.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was his associate producer for the longest time, and then she got mixed up with Frank Marshall, and then the three of them came up with Amblin.
Now
she
look
produced. Yeah, now look at her. She's running She's running her friend's company into the ground now.
Oh God, you're not kidding, man.
Full speed ahead too.
Oh, absolutely.
So the actors, like guy who played Billy was 20 at the time. Corey Feldman was 11. Phoebe Cates, Phoebe Cates was 21.
Phoebe Cates.
Judge Reinhold was 29.
Judge Reinhold was 29.
Wow,
he looks the youngest out of all.
Well, he's playing a 25-year-old character in the movie too. He said, I just hit 25, and I'm vice president. When the old man kicks off, I'll be.
Isn't it? Yeah,
he's such a dick.
That's the same year he's running around with Eddie Murphy as a cop in Beverly Hills Cop.
Wow. Another good movie.
You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
That's one we should probably review one day.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop's a classic. Yeah, that movie is freaking amazing. Who doesn't love Beverly Hills?
You wrestled one getting thrown out of a window.
And I actually like the second one. Not great, but it was okay still.
The second one's more action than it is comedy.
The third one was
the third one was kind of weird.
We don't talk about the third one.
Yeah,
I never saw the third one actually. I only saw 1, 2. There's a fourth one too, right?
No, there's no fourth.
Is there a fourth one in the works? Is that one?
They were
maybe.
There was a lot of talk about it. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like 9 years old watching that movie in between watching MTV back when it was real MTV,
like actual music.
And eating a bowl of cereal, and I looked out my door from my room because I didn't want to get caught watching the movie because there was titties and explosion, cocaine.
Whoa.
And I looked out, and that's when I found out, I don't know how old I was. I was like 7 or 9, and I looked out and I saw people bringing in Christmas presents. I was like, so that shit's fake. Santa Claus ain't real. Either way, that's my connection with that movie.
Wait, so you found out Santa wasn't real through Beverly Hills Cop?
Yeah, while eating Lucky Charms.
What the hell happened in your life?
Jesus.
Hey, I got a bike and a Yamaha piano. I was like, well,
oh shit, never mind.
Yeah, this is pretty
all right. Well,
and he learned the Axel F theme song on that Yamaha piano.
That is exactly what I learned.
Yeah,
it was the second song that I learned.
Wow.
And then he ran out and stuck bananas in people's tailpipes.
Look, man.
I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
That was a great movie. God, man.
Speaking of music,
yes,
in this movie,
yes, is it good? Yes,
Simboyo, I don't know. Same dude who did Flashdance, I think. Was that the song?
Yeah.
He did the theme, the epic theme from the whole movie that doesn't happen until the middle of the movie.
Well, that kind of explains the Flashdance,
right? Yeah, the little scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the Gremlins dressed up as
yeah, and it was making fun of all that. I was like,
totally. Well, that makes more sense.
This movie came out in August. Am I reading this right?
August?
That's what I'm
saying. It came out the same. Wait. It came out the same time as Ghostbusters. It went up head to head with Ghostbusters.
So when did Ghostbusters come out? What time of the year? Oh, I see it right here.
I want to say it's May.
Wow. Really? Oh, okay, June. It looks like June. I like how it's a Christmas movie that came out in June. Oh, here we go. Okay, here I'll share this then. Look at this. Look at how different the box office was back then compared to. Look at the movies 1 and 2.
Let me see.
So you had Ghostbusters and Gremlins neck and neck. And then you had Indiana Jones 3rd, Star Trek 3, Beat Street. Oh yeah, that's old school right there. The Natural, Romancing the Stone, Break. A lot of dance movies in here. 80s breaking movies. I mean, but look, like Police Academy, Once Upon a Time in America, which is a fucking amazing movie that I don't know many people know about that movie.
I've never heard of
Once Upon a
that
Time
one.
in America was actually in the top 10. And I always thought that was a bit of a bomb. Huh.
It was. It didn't do. Once Upon a Time in America is basically like, how do you explain it?
Look, another Warner Brothers movie, Once Upon a Time in America.
Once Upon a Time in America is basically like, God, I can't. In the vein of Godfather 2, kind of. That's what it kind of feels like. It's a great movie, though. Robert De Niro's in it. James Woods is in it. It's a fantastic
84
movie.
was a big year.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, it's almost as good as 87.
Joe Pesci's in it, yeah.
Yeah, 16 Candles, Footloose, Streets of Fire. That was all right. Streets of Fire was all right.
It was okay.
Great.
Romancing the Stone.
How long did it stay in theaters, though, if it came out in June?
It was
Gremlins?
actually... It was a while. It was a while because I'm reading here that I'll go back to the original. So Gremlins stayed in until I want to say all the way almost through the freaking New Year.
So, yeah, that makes sense why it grows so much then.
Okay, so actually December. So by New Year's it was out of the movie theaters.
Okay, so probably stayed till at least Christmas week and then phased out before the new year.
Right before then, yeah. So it was out for a long time. So yeah, it does make sense. And also it's a family movie. So yeah, it was in for long. But God, man, you look at these box office numbers and like who was number one. What a different freaking world.
There's a Gremlins 3 in production coming out next year.
Oh, good.
Joe Dante's attached to it too, right?
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure the director of this one is attached to it. I think
he doesn't show up. There's no director listed on IMDb's page, at least.
Yeah, Rhetorical Thrill. She's got a point. Back then, you did well. They didn't. Yeah, they did keep movies in as long as they possibly could because you didn't have 17.
There's also less turnaround too, right?
So you didn't have 50 movies coming out once.
You also have to realize that there was no VHS, or VHS was barely.
It wasn't a DVD. Yeah, nothing. No digital. Yeah,
very true.
So remember when that turnaround happened when you got like movies and within 3 months of seeing them when it used to take years for them to come out on VHS. Oh.
Yeah,
that happened with Terminator 2.
I remember when it first started. I mean, when I remember it happening as a kid, it was like it would be 6 months to a year till a movie came out, and then I remember when the turnaround started becoming 3 months, and I was like, what the.
What about whenever they started re-releasing all the Star Wars? First it was all digitally remastered. And with THX sound, blah blah blah, and then they re-released it with some missing scenes, and then the final 3-pack that you could get had commentary on it too, and all the missing scenes and added in bullshit. Yeah. And then they re-released that on DVD later, but this was all on VHS. So when I was a kid, like we had one of those VHS racks that were it's got the fake wood color and all that, and you put that in there, and we had so many even bootleg versions of the movies.
Yeah.
I remember have bootleg versions now.
Remember when Terminator 2 came out and it was like $99 on VHS?
Yeah, they were always that expensive though.
I went to a Blockbuster and I was a kid, I was younger, so I was like, oh man, I can't wait to.
I needed the money.
It was a double VHS, 2 VHSs because I had to put the whole movie on 2 tapes, and my dad was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? It's $99." People bought it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $99. That's how old I am. Thanks, Copa, for reminding me. Appreciate you.
Old ass.
You're welcome. You're so freaking old, man.
Fucking
I just graduated high school. Who are you? Dad?
You like Indiana Jones?
Yeah, my dad.
Gremlins is one of the movies that helped create the PG-13. Yeah.
Yeah, that and Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. Both of those.
Ripping people's hearts out of their bodies. That was great. As a kid, that wasn't disturbing or anything. Nah, no big deal.
No, but they sat there and they said it's not too violent for an R, but it's way too violent for PGs. And that's
PG.
Came up with
PG-13. Movies were weird back then. Their rating systems were so strange.
Dude, there was like actual titties in PG movies back in the day.
Back then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just as long as it wasn't sexual, if they were like sunbathing.
Poor Jana. She got kicked out
Yeah,
of
see?
the room.
And then she got to watch it last night with me and screen it, and she fell asleep.
Oh, so she missed out on all those years of her childhood, and she got to relive it with you.
Yeah,
That's
she got to relive
scarier
it
than
with me,
watching
and
it
then
when
she
she was a
fell
kid.
She's
A lot more
acting like
titties
she's
than I remembered.
Yeah, she's acting pregnant or something.
Yeah.
Well, she is pregnant.
So pregnant.
God.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't know. I guess she didn't want to tell you about your own pregnancy.
Oh, okay.
He's the best movie buddy. Do you talk throughout the movies?
Who?
Like, do you?
Oh yeah, do you do
commentary?
that?
Do you give commentary like, oh, this director
Yeah.
is trash?
Yeah.
What I would have
Yeah,
done
this
is I would have had the camera come this
Yeah, I'm
way.
one of them.
The director's uncle's
Yeah,
cousin came down and totally sucked him off.
Whoa, that's
Yeah,
a different
I'm one of them,
movie.
like,
That's a
Opa has
different
all the
type of
facts.
movie.
Opa
That's a
has all the
different type of-
facts, man.
Copa does Hollywood.
Yeah.
You guys want to see that?
STD free.
I
No, I don't.
already have the first 3 filmed.
Wow.
No, if it's a bad movie or whatever, I'll sit there and start making fun of it like it's
oh yeah, me too.
Mystery Science Theater. But I try to keep my mouth shut.
My wife knows. My wife knows.
I try not to. Yeah, I try to make sure that if I'm watching a movie with someone else, I'm like, nobody really wants to hear about the movie magic getting crushed by someone.
Not while they're
watching.
watching it for the
Right.
first time. No.
Well, you want to know how they did that?
I can see. I can see.
Ruin it for you.
But they kept
I
in
can
a
see
can.
Vex just throat punching her husband if he talked through a movie.
Yeah.
What I do is I just because I like to just sit silently unless like it's a really stupid movie, and then who I'm watching it with also recognize like Morbius. I watched Morbius. I was just like, what the fuck is this? But
So bad.
if someone keeps talking to a movie, I just like sit there quietly and just pause the movie. And then I just wait for them to shut the fuck up, and then I start the movie.
So that's like
again.
a little hint. Like you just need to be shut up. You need to be quiet. I'm
Yeah.
trying to watch the movie.
That's a little
Because
passive
If you're
sometimes
really trying to absorb a movie, I can totally understand. Dick move though.
It's pretty
sometimes
funny.
I guess I
you like
come
to
off
flip
a
the
little bit harsh when I'm trying to tell people like politely to be
No.
quiet. So I
No.
just sit there silently and just pause the movie. That's
Yeah,
it.
rhetorical thrill's got a point. Yeah, I don't. It depends on the movie. If it's a movie that I really just don't like, I will kind of maybe a little too much just make fun of the. She has a good channel, rhetorical thrill. You should check her channel out. She does a lot of good reaction videos to movies. It's fun. It's a fun channel. So watch that. Subscribe to that.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
It's great. It's great. Let me see if I can try to find her link here, and I'll throw it in the chat. But it's really, really good. I bitch through shitty movies. Weird World. I can imagine what your commentary is watching.
Wow.
I wish we had a tape record just videotaping you doing anything.
Yeah, why aren't you doing movie commentary of anything? Weird
You
World. You'd have very unique
just did
commentary.
one. Hey, he just did one of Carnival of Souls, and if you haven't seen it, go check out his commentary
Okay.
on
did.
Carnival
He
of
did.
Souls.
He did.
It's really good.
I'll check that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
He's
Throw that-
great, man.
throw his Carnival of Souls link in the
Don't
chat.
tell me what to do. Yelling
go
at
ahead
people
and do
again.
it.
Yelling.
Just do it already.
Yelling.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Stop yelling at people. Look, she's got 788
voice.
788 subscribers. Rhetorical though. I know she's trying to get to 1,000. We're gonna help her.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to her, but hold on.
Are you though?
I found her because you retweeted her. Like, let's get this girl up to. I don't remember what the number was.
I'm just doing God's work on Twitter. That's all I do.
No, and I appreciate that because you've exposed
Speaking of
me to
God's
so
work.
many interesting creators. So
Yeah, no, I know. I try to do what I can. I'm a man of the people, damn it.
see, you're not a bad person. There you go.
Oh God, here we go.
wow.
Here we go. Cope is talking shit about me. Ugh, stop looking for
Stop fishing for compliments.
fishing for compliment.
It's such a
Yeah, I am
beta
subscribed
move.
to her.
Vex is
no,
I wasn't fishing
Vex.
for anything.
Vex, will you tell me that I'm a good person, please?
And she did because she's a nice person.
She did. You totally
Nice.
played
Not-
her.
You know what? Please. Yeah.
No, I was being honest. Otherwise, I would have just stayed quiet.
That's how I know. Yes. You learn
I
anything
would have
about
just stayed
Vex,
quiet
you know.
otherwise.
Let's see.
I'm-
Vex, am I a good person?
Stay quiet. Stay quiet. Stay quiet. Stay quiet.
You're better with you're a good person. See, again, my meter for whether you're a good person is whether the people around you immediately are happy when you're around. If they're not, there's a sign that you're probably
Who
not a
couldn't
good
be
person.
happy around that beautiful head?
Exactly.
look at that
It's so
thing.
smooth.
You make me happy because you remind me of the sun.
You shine bright like a diamond, Copa.
Aww.
And I'm shooting vitamin D at all of you.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, I bet you are. Here's some of that hot vitamin D in your face.
Here comes my
We're
vitamin
all
D,
vitamin
everybody.
D deficient
Why
anyways.
you never see
That's
his
right.
hands.
I want to see Copa do ASMR talking about shooting vitamin D in people's faces. I'm shooting vitamin D, vitamins in your face. Tippity tippity tippity. I mean, isn't it? Looks like Vex is having a heart attack. That's exactly how I do my ASMR. I told you I'm a Southern housewife. I have a Southern housewife voice. Yeah.
Can we hear the Southern Housewife?
White bear knows, right?
Y'all quit. Y'all stop it now. Get back in your cornflakes.
I want to go play with White Bear's chickens.
That little dark Indian in the left-hand corner.
Oh my
How?
Oh. They're gonna euthanize her if she stays in Canada too long.
I can't breathe.
Look at her. She turned white for a second. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Her credit score just got 10 points better.
Oh, this part's getting clipped out immediately. This is great. Oh my god. Now we know what does it for her. ASMR and racist jokes.
Racist humor.
Racist
Racist humor will always get me.
Oh, I mean, come on, though. Who doesn't like a Southern housewife doing ASMR? I don't know why I sound like that. I turn Southern when I do I don't understand. I don't know.
You go right to it.
It works. So if it works, it works.
Yeah, I just want to pet your little brown skin.
Let's have a little two Buffalo Bill for comfort.
Okay. That is a good point. If I start playing that music in the background, you just shoot me. Oh my god. Vex, what did Joanna say? Vex, don't say you can't breathe. They really will euthanize you. Yeah, they're gonna come to you. Knock. Trudeau's gonna come and he's gonna fucking. I'm gonna euthanize. Can you imagine poor Vex?
He can't euthanize me. I check off the box for non-white, so he can't get rid of me.
Yeah, but sounds like
you're
the
one
teacher
of,
from
you're one of
South
Trudeau's
Park.
people,
Yes,
aren't you? You're Indian just like Trudeau.
Exactly. Not that kind of Indian though. Different kind of Indian. Oh well, he's done that kind of Indian too. Actually, hold on.
Well, which Indian is he? I thought he was Sri Lankan sometimes.
Sometimes, whenever's convenient, he's blackface
Yeah,
too.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's
Whatever's
black, and
convenient.
sometimes he's Sri Lankan.
Point.
And sometimes he's a kid diddler. He just does whatever he wants.
Wow,
Kidler.
you're white adjacent. Janice says.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
This is like
Mr.
right
So they
beside
said
me.
I sound like Mr. Garrison from South Park.
that's right, Mr. Hat.
That's right.
That's right, Mr. Hat.
We're gonna save Vex from Canada. We're gonna break her out of that shithole.
Look at her pretty brown skin.
Why do they always tap the microphone? That annoys the shit. My wife listens to this shit, and I go to bed and
They
I see
tap the
weird things
microphone?
happen. Yeah, they do this like
Y'all are into some weird shit listening to ASMR.
Can I just ask though, since we're on the topic of ASMR, aside from the obvious sexual aspect of it, what is
Wow.
the benefit of listening to ASMR?
It's supposed to
Ask
be
my wife.
calming. It's supposed
Ask
to be
Miss Kimberly
calming to them.
Sasquatch. She said
People
it
in the
calms you
chat,
down. And...
like, what is the benefit of listening to ASMR if you're not jerking it? Please let us
Jesus. Well, it depends on what you're
We're
talking
jilling it.
about.
know. Yeah.
Because like
We're joking it.
I've
We're
seen some
joking.
of these things. I mean, they do weird shit with like sounds and brushes and
Yeah, cutting foam in half.
cutting
slowly
foam. Like they do
and
the
stuff like that.
I'm gonna touch the bristles. The bristles. The bristles are going. You hear that?
But then at that point, just like let the bristles do that. Why do you have to narrate the sound?
Because I don't know. I think it's supposed to be relaxing. Technically, I don't know. My wife, she's into it. I don't understand it. But
it's
hey,
for people who listen to NPR.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
They're the ones who
NPR.
should be euthanized.
Wow. If I did ASMR, would tap my dick on the microphone. Do you hear
Me
that
too,
one-eyed
Weird World.
monster?
Me too.
That one-eyed monster's talking to you. Shh.
No, you got to rub it on the microphone like this.
Stop it. Do you see that? The one-eyed snake's coming out to feed.
Oh, God.
Tappity tap. That's what they do. Tappity tap, tap, tap. They do weird shit. They take their nails and tap on plastic. I'm like, what is that? I don't understand this world.
Best Gremlins review ever.
Yeah, we went way off topic with the Gremlin shit, but this is more fun.
Oh yeah.
Copa is loved by all,
I'm
yeah.
on Copa's side here, in which the movie we done should have 100% been Eyes Wide Shut. I don't know what's wrong with y'all on Twitter, to be honest.
Yeah,
I was
like
actually
cheating
looking forward to Eyes Wide Shut.
You like secret societies where nasty shit happens.
No,
That's
we
why.
like watching fucking titties bounce for a half an hour, and then we get to talk to it. We talk about it.
Talk to the titty.
And
We get
it's
to
a
talk
Kubrick
to
I
it,
wasn't
too.
thinking about it from that perspective at all, but
Yes, you were.
Well, now you will be.
And the
Now
things
you
Now
will
I
be.
will be.
cut out of the movie, supposedly.
Oh, wait,
had
your
a-
mom
we had a
your
whole-
mom chimed in. She goes, Copa is while we're doing sexual talk on ASMR, and then Jana's like, yeah, that's a great time for your mom to chime in.
Yeah, hey,
It's my fault.
talking about the middle of Eyes Wide Shut, and my mom pops in, of course, just like when I was a
Yeah.
teenager. Can you go away now, Mom?
Listen, these tissues aren't gonna put themselves in the trash can.
No, don't
Okay,
worry.
so-
I got those socks. I'll wash those socks.
that's
Mom.
a weird movie to jerk off to, though. Titties
It
and
is
all.
weird.
Like,
It's
it is a bit
it's a weird movie. I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm excited to rewatch it. But so what are we doing next week then? Because
Die Hard's next week, right?
We're doing
Die Hard's
we're doing
next
next week. You sons
Isn't-
of bitches. Is it?
Why?
Yeah, it
Can
makes
we do
sense,
Eyes
'cause
Wide Shut instead?
oh my god! Did you see her face light up there? She's woke up.
We
Like,
could
"We
do
do
two
have it."
movies.
I want to watch Tom Cruise in a mask spanking Nicole Kidman.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I want to do next week. Let's see how red those cheeks can get.
Wow. We know what she's doing when we're off this stream.
Yeah, Christmas movie Die Hard.
She's gonna tie herself up and watch Eyes Wide Shut. And do ASMR at the same time.
And do-
Or watch, yeah. Oh, Cruise, you got little tight buns. Tommy Cruise. This whole last 15 minutes is getting clipped out like immediately tomorrow morning, and then I'm putting it up because this is classic.
But we are doing Die Hard next week, right? That
We are going to do Die Hard. I think Die Hard's fine, and then after the holiday, we will do Eyes Wide Shut. I promise you.
Are we? Where are we with the holiday? Like, are we going to take Christmas off? Because doesn't Monday come really?
It is Monday. So Monday's the observed holiday, but Sunday's the holiday. So I think I had mentioned this maybe to one or few of you what we were doing. I mean, technically, I'm off that Monday. I might actually be off the whole week after. I'm not sure yet, but I am off definitely that Monday. So if we did want to do a show, we don't have to do it as late, obviously, because we have a whole day.
Whatever you guys want to do, I'm off that week anyways. So
I guess we'll talk about it later. I
Yeah.
thought maybe we had a plan.
Vex has a whole week of getting. Never mind.
Euthanized.
I have 2
Euthanized.
weeks actually.
Oh,
She has 2
excuse
weeks
me.
to think about if she wants
2
to live
weeks.
still.
2 weeks to get my
We
horse
have-
simulator in.
We're talking about video games, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got scared there for a second.
I thought she said horse stimulator.
No,
Well, that's
Hey.
I'm not
see
that
her-
crazy.
She's going to get the horse stimulator in. I'm like, wow, it takes 2 weeks to get it in, huh?
wow. It's so big. It's got to go on that.
Wow.
She's gonna stream ASMR while she does it.
Yeah.
That's not ASMR, buddy. There's no
No.
whispering going on when it.
I mean, if I
I
just need to put the microphone next to where it's going in, so you can.
Wow.
oh my god, all that sinews and gooey goodness.
Exactly. All the squelching that might come out. There you go.
Oh, that's a good word, squelching.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound like pasta boiling. Anyway.
So did you know
Sounds
that
like massaging noodles.
Did you know the film Gremlins was released on the same day as Ghostbusters, 1984.
Yeah, they both 1 and 2. They were 1 and 2 in the movie theaters that week. Yeah.
What's funnier is that Gremlins did better in New York because they because Ghostbusters shut New York down for so many months.
Yeah, people were pissed off. Yeah.
So people were so pissed off that they went and saw Gremlins instead. So that always beat Ghostbusters in New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And the movie Ghostbusters was completely in New York City too. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The things we know. Thanks, Copra, for that useless information. That was great.
Oh, I'm here for all the movie useless information.
All right. We hit our 2-hour mark, which I think this was a fun show. This kind of reminded me of my Friday show. Like, I don't know what happened at the end there, but it was fucking fantastic. And there was horses and ASMR and Southern housewife porn. Anyway, we're going to move on here.
That's what happened.
All right. So, Copo, where can people find you? Where are you going to be? Where are you hiding your bald head at? Tell the world.
You can find me Twitter at Copa Catania. And this week I have a review coming out on what was it?
That's great.
I always want to say Silent Night, but it's called Violent Night.
Oh,
so I have a review coming out on Violent Night.
That's the David Harbour one that you tweeted about a couple days ago, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So that review is coming out Wednesday, 12 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Besides your drug habits and rehab, where can we find you, White Bear?
At White Bear YT on the Twitters. And let's see, White Bear 2 on YouTube, and same on Rumble. And I just want to let you guys know that, you know, the videos that we make are never, we're never going to be shilling for anything. We're totally legitimate brands here, and we just want to make sure that we take care of you. Like, our authenticity, means everything to us. So,
no, it doesn't.
At least he uses the product.
Whoa! I'm telling you, that's not sugar he's putting in that coffee. I'm just saying.
There's not coffee in there, Facts.
That's a little bit of the white stuff. All right. So, anyways, so check it out. Political comedy commentary, and also we've been doing all the Twitter files releases.
Yeah,
of the audio version. That way, people can just listen to it. If you want to look at it, you can look at it, but it's also all the audio for it, read out from a beautiful black man.
I did listen to the last one that you posted. I was
very
good.
Happy with it. Me too. It was
very
good.
Happy with
good deal.
They're very useful for people who don't want to sit there and read tweet threads or don't even have Twitter that who can.
Janice says she can listen to you, White Bear, talk all day long. These voices of the show. Well, we have many talents, including horse simulators. Speaking of that, Vex, where can we find you in the lovely country of Canada?
Well, I'm not going to give you my address, but you can find me on the Twitterverse at Vex Electronica, where I mostly tweet about gaming related things. But aside from that, I do. Yes, gay things. I tweet about extremely gay things that make me gay, things that can make you gay. Exactly. Things
like
that
horse
make us all
simulators.
happy gay. Exactly, like horse simulators.
And stimulators.
But yes, I'm mostly on Twitter. And then if you're interested in reading game reviews, you can read my content over at thelambencyshow.com. I'm actually probably going to start writing another review right after this, because I mentioned to them, but I was playing a game before this. So
yeah, she was not happy to be here. She hates
to be fair, I'm
grumpy.
happy to be here. It was just the timing that worked out, and then I was just unhappy because I'm a dumbass for a husband.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So there were just layering factors here. That's all.
Always blaming the man.
No, in this case, I can blame the man. In this case, I definitely can.
Okay. I buy it because I'm a man. We're stupid. I know.
Florida man. Florida. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's
What is
kind
the
of a
news
thing.
that you have for us? We got news for Vex.
Means you're gay.
Oh.
I got
Hella
news
gay.
for you.
I got news for you, Vex.
That means gay.
Got to take my shot.
Yeah, if you have not watched Vex's This Week in Gaming show on Sundays, it's freaking amazing. So,
we're on Rumble.
Awesome,
the
man.
Laymancy Show on Rumble.
We're on Rumble. They're on Rumble. I'm not on Rumble. They're on Rumble. Well, I am on Rumble. Yes. We're all on Rumble. Let's rumble together. Anyway. Okay. we will see you next week with a Die Hard review. Of course, there's going to be other stuff we're going to talk about. And like I said, does
there have to be when it's Die Hard on the line?
Listen, you son of a bitch.
I'm
You let
just
me
saying.
run my show the way I want.
Okay.
What if we did ASMR Die Hard?
I would
That sounds good.
love to do
Yippee-ki-yay,
ASMR Die
motherfucker.
Hard.
My name's Clay, Bill Clay.
Happy
Anyway.
Trails, Hans.
Holly. Oh, Holly. Anyway, on that note, we will see you back next Friday. Next Monday. God damn it, Monday. And I will be back.
And you
Friday.
don't want me to run the show. You don't even know what day we're
Listen,
on.
don't talk about me like that. I will be. Yeah, what else is new? I will be back Friday with Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch and the gang for the Whiskey and Cannoli podcast. Got a fun Christmas theme show again, but I will be back with these lovely people Monday, and I'm sure we'll be on tweeting the tweets. That's pretty much it. Love you guys, and thank you for watching, everyone. Please like, subscribe, and share. Bye.
Bye.